G'day footy fans and welcome to Webb Oval for round 10 of the Buddy Bet Division 1. Now over recent years the Glenunga Rams have roamed far and wide, playing in 5 different divisions. But now they're in the top tier, now they're focused on a finals berth. Meanwhile their opponents, Port Districts, have long been stuck in a Division 1 no man's land. Until this season, where right now they're right in the mix. Today, it's 2 teams on the rise, and we want to thank all those that help bring these teams to you. The Banner Crew, Buddy Bet, Sip and Save, Wakefield Sports Clinic, Police Credit Union, O'Connell Meat Central Market, Simon Black Academy, Roller Dice Racing, Archie Sandals, New Balance, Powerade, Dartfish, Sports Interactive, and the Moseley Bar and Kitchen. Coming up, it's the 2 best defences in the division, Glenunga and Port District. Thanks to filming footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks Tony, nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well, folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome, Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on, or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
G'day footy fans, welcome to Webb Oval, a glorious day here in Adelaide. Blue sky, just a few snippets of cloud. We've got ourselves a very intriguing Division 1 battle in the Buddy Bet division. It's 4th hosting 3rd Glenunga district. The reserves has just been run and won by Port District by 106 points. The C's Port District by 122. Can they make it a trip today? My name's Phil Heaton. Thanks for joining us. I'm joined by Sean Jacko Jackson. Welcome. Both our first time here at Webb Oval.
Yeah, thanks, Fabulous. Yeah, first time at Webb Oval and first time seeing either of these teams for me this year. So I'm really looking forward to, well, watching how Port Districts have developed from last year. They've had some terrific recruits come into the club this year. So looking forward to seeing them. And equally, haven't had a chance to see Glenunga since the game we called in Division 2 last year against Henley. But they played a very defensive style of game, so it'll be interesting to see what's involved with their game plan as well, Phil.
Well, it's number 1, number 2 defensively. Port District, the best defence in the comp. Glenunga not too far behind, so maybe not much. But answer that question.
Well, it's a small ground. Looking at it now, lengthwise, it's certainly small, so it's going to be one of those grounds that is easy to defend on. So I think we are going to see a lot of congestion in this game, Phil. And your skills with the binoculars will be put to the test.
Could be. Well, we all feel like boundary riders today because we're right around there. But we still brought our permanent boundary rider with us to show us how it's done. Craig Lambert. Welcome, Lambo.
Phil and Jacko, how are you boys? Great day for footy. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Phil. Everybody's at ground level today, and you're both superb commentators. We'll see a different view of the game today. Looking forward to it. Should be a great game.
Well, the first thing I noticed, the teams have run out. The Bs had Glenunga in their alternative whites. The A's, they've come out in the navy blues. Full District have the black, albeit with the white shorts. It's going to be a jumper clash for all and certain for us today, Jacko.
Oh, it's not a great look, Phil, to be honest with you. That's going to
They know it's the TV game.
I mean, I'm not sure who's responsible for that, but I would imagine Port Districts probably should be wearing a waist.
No, because the way it works in the Adelaide Footy League is it's based on age of entry.
Yeah.
And Port Districts, of course, they claim all the way back to 1873 with a couple of clubs, Central's included. So the only clash they have is with Adelaide Uni, who of course are the oldest. So originally,
I'm going to apologise in advance to our viewers because sitting where we are, which is where their camera is located, and looking out on the ground, I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of confusion about separating players' teams. I apologise in advance for the mistakes we are about to make.
I brought the binoculars, not sure I brought the telescope. Anyway, let's run through a pretty quick flash now. These two teams line up, because on paper it's an intriguing battle. Glenunga, historically the old Hyde Park Footy Club, 40 years since they've been in Division 1. Before I found out today their junior registrations, 850 junior players they have through the under-18, so they're a massive club. And they have traversed the length and breadth, the heights and the depth of the Adelaide Footy League over recent seasons.
They have indeed, Phil. It's only 5 years ago they were in Division 5, and there are 7 players playing today that still play, that are still playing in that Division 5 premiership. So it's terrific to see. I mean, very unusual to see a group of players stay through from Division 5 to Division 1. But when I speak of Sam Abel, Lincoln Bennett, Dick One-Key, Sam Benning, Jack Matchett and Jordan Offman have all been right through the grades in the Adelaide Footy League, and to see him in Division 1 now, not just in Division 1, competing, well, they're a chance to play finals in their first year back in Division 1, so things going pretty well for Glenunga Rams. Port Districts, conversely, Phil, what do you got to say?
Well, Port Districts, I've called them, they've been in the no man's land of Division 1. When we look back, I think, over the last 5 or 6 seasons, consistent. They finished Div 1, 5th, 6th or 7th. They've either just made the finals and were out the first week, or just missed out. They've never been high enough to be a contender or low enough to be in relegation problems. It's just no man's land and a very rare spot in the Adelaide Footy League to be in.
Yeah, well, obviously, I alluded to the fact that their recruiting's been good. Picking up the 2 Gray boys, Sam and Tom. You know, Sam Gray comes in with a wealth of experience at AFL level, let alone SANFL level. He's as well accredited as anyone that's come into the Adelaide Footy League over the journey. So, and is having an outstanding year as well. Was in the team of the year or team of the half year. Along with Jason Niskahoos, great to see him back. He's had some real injury problems over the last couple of years, so great to see him back playing good footy. And Cooper Gaffney returned to the club this year after going back to Woodville West Torrens, and once again he's been in outstanding form.
Let's go to our intrepid boundary rider for the coin toss, Craig Lambert.
Okay, boys. Toss now. We've got Alex Harron from Glenunga, and we've got Sam Davison from Port Districts. Here we go. Bit muddy in the middle. A lot of people around for the toss. Here we go. Port Districts won the toss. All the best. They are going to your right. They're going south, southern area, which I reckon is worth 2 to 3 goals today. Ground overall's in good nick, boys. In the middle, really muddy, but I reckon we're in for a good game of footy. And like Jacko said, it's going to be tight within. And looking forward to Jacko and Phil calling a good game.
Jack, I'm sure you're not going to be shy giving a tip.
No, Port Districts for me, Phil. I think, whilst they've got a few players still out, I'm interested to see how they combat the ruck situation. I'm guessing that it'll be perhaps Dale Pearce that plays in the ruck in the absence of Fraser Thorne. They do look like they're giving away a little bit of height to Glenunga, so it'll be interesting to see whether that advantage proves successful for Glenunga. But I'm going to go for Port Districts by 2 goals.
Yeah, I'm feeling likewise. Was told that Glenunga have been hit pretty hard and they're about 10 players short of their full squad, and I think we've seen that in the way it's worked with the Bs and the Cs struggling. Hopefully we get a much closer contest than that today. But yeah, Port Districts for mine. I think they've developed the defensive well. They've got a couple of players now that are kicking some goals. Dale Pearce has kicked 14, Tom Gray 13. Then you've got James Batty, who was really a one-man target last year, needed some help. He's got it. So I think, yeah, Port Districts to win, and depending on other results in other games, might just be tied for top tonight, depending on those results.
Yeah, I should mention a couple of other players for Port Districts. Tom Smush coming into the club this year from Woodville West Torrens, a good recruit, gives them a good size, can play key position front or back. And Trent Heffernan has been a little bit in and out this year with injuries, but back into the side today, and it wasn't long ago where Trent Heffernan was the best player in the competition. So Port Districts by 2 goals for me, Phil.
Alrighty, the umpires today, field umpires Marek Carls and Tony Simons, field umpires Peter McMullen and James Hasgard. We're having the Calico, Steve Martin and Robert Tarnish in the goals. We're set to rock and roll. Round 10, the Buddy Bet Division 1, thanks to our match day sponsor, the Banner Crew, and a heap of others we'll mention through the day. But we are set to rock and roll. Your caller is Sean Jacko Jackson.
So it is Dale Pearce in the ruck for Port Districts, son of the old Ricky Pearce, Steamboat Pearce, who played at Nord, good fella, coached Portland and Port Districts there at one stage. So interested, just a young fella, Dale, so a bit of responsibility for him to lead the ruck. And I do, the other one that strikes me is that Miller Carter up on the wing. But it is Pearce who gets first hand on the ball, gives it to Niskahus, who's been in good form, as I mentioned. Umpires quickly come in and played a ball up. So we'll get a restart just out of the mud. So just east of where that is. Dale Pearce does this beautifully. Hits it to Niskos, who's playing for the free kick, but in the end hacks it off the ground quickly. Plenty of numbers around the ball, and I think we're going to say this a fair bit today. I mentioned the Guernsey clash, but now they're alongside each other. It's not terrible, Phil, but I would have preferred a white Guernsey for sure.
Having watched the Bees a fair bit, yes, the Bees was a lot easier to sort out. From the tap in, Nick Wonke got a hand on it, got a kick around back to, he's tackled, spun around, loses the ball, will be another throw in. Port District, 6 wins, 3 losses. Their losses to Tea Gully by 5, Goody Saints by 29 and Spock by 38. Have beaten everybody else as we go second time round. Now in round 10, from the tap down, a clearing kick by Glenunga. No rain to bring. Big pack on the centre wing right in front of us. Looked to be taken without the ball was Niskahus, and umpire has seen that. He'll take the free and send Port District. Oh, the Magpies, Jacko.
Port Districts?
Yes.
No, they don't think they are the Magpies.
They'll go forward inside 50.
Beautiful take by Sam Gray. Wasn't that just a class above there? Kick in from Niskahus. Again, Gray gives it to his brother Tom. Still have it, Port Districts. Gray again gives it to the captain, Shawnee Davison. Hacks it on the left foot. Hits in the direction of the top of the square. Gavin Shepherd, generally in best position there. Still alive, courtesy of Port District. Gray again through the corner, goes towards the top of the square. Charging out at it nicely. And a good catch taken by Zach Hawkins. And Zach's about 35, 40 metres out from goal, straight in front. This will be the first score of the day. I must comment on the Glenunga scoreboard. It's an absolute beauty. It is the smallest scoreboard I have ever seen. And we'll speak to Ben Stapleton, the president, at half-time. I'm asking, do we need to rattle the cans? But the kick from Zach Hawkins is pulled to the left. It is the first score of the game. Port District's first on the board. They are playing with a considerable breeze, but they would have hoped for a better start there, Phil.
It is a mobile scoreboard. It's got wheels.
Oh, has it? Okay.
It has to go into storage, hence the size. And it is something they're looking to do because this is a ground for all comers. It's the school sports ground, Glenunga International High School, just next door, and also a community park as well. So there's plenty of tenants, plenty of sport. But on Saturday afternoon in June, it's Glenunga Football Club. On the outer side, they try and work it through some hands, the Rams, just some soccering along the ground there, I think, by Schwarz. Port Districts have got it, though, on that outer side, and through the hands of Sam Abel. And, Jacko, we've got a decision to make.
We have indeed. It's not an easy one, is it, Phil?
The food's arrived. You go first.
No, you go first, mate.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay.
I'll happily wait. That was Jason Nisker who's hacking the ball into the forward lines. Had plenty of the ball early. They locked inside their front 50 Port Districts and playing again for a free, Jason Nisker. That's the third time I've seen him play for a free kick inside the first 5 minutes. Nisker, give that away, son. Glenunga now come out. They're on the centre wing. A short, nice leg. He's found... can't see who that is. It's very difficult to read the score, numbers on the far side of the ground, so I apologise for that, folks at home. Umpire has given a free kick, though, and it's in favour of Port Districts. And it's Cooper Gaffney. Wheels onto the left foot. Not the greatest of kicks. Almost intercepted there by Tom Michaelani. He gets it back, though, Cooper. Now goes more direct inside the centre square. Well picked up by Lincoln Bennett. Very difficult to read the numbers over there. Port Districts do seem to have control of the ball, though. Running back with some courage with the flight of the ball, Sam Abel. Glenunga not quite able to pull it in. Now it's Gavin Shepherd. And the ball ends up trickling out of bounds. And it's more over the far side of the ground, folks, that it's difficult to pick up the numbers and differentiate between the two Guernseys. But it is Nick Wunke in the ruck against the young fella Dale Pearce. Veteran of the side, Nick Wunke, been around for a long time. Sam Gray reads it best, gets it on the boot quickly in the direction of Gavin Shepherd. Can he take it? No, he's well tackled, well collared by three Glenunga players there. And I'll tell you what, there is not a lot of time in this game to be able to dispose of the ball. You've got to be able to get the ball on quickly on such a small oval. And both sides playing a very strong defensive game. Wunke hits it over his shoulder. It's intercepted by Mitch Gaffney, though. He hits it forward, and a terrific mark taken by Glenunga Zach Smith, who was also in the team of the halfway point of the year at fullback, which is where he's lined up today. So, good call. Again, Cooper Gaffney plays on. He does that very quickly. Here's the left footer, long towards Shepherd. And a good mark. It's not Shepherd that's taken that one. I'm not sure who that is. Might be Sam McKay. Number 20, Sam McKay, is it? Yeah, normally plays deep defence, Sam. So, interesting move. Certainly can play up forward. And he's generally a very good user of the ball. He's going to kick this one around the corner. No, he's pulled it too short. That's the second score. Port District's out to 2 points. Glenunga yet to score.
Expected a low-scoring contest. That's what we've got. It has been played in Port District's half for the entirety of this first quarter.
Well, no players in front of the middle of the ground, Phil. Every
Kicked
player
into
in the back
the eastern side, and that's a good intercept mark taken by Heffernan, who's back in the game. 4 goals for the season, 3 against Prince Alfred. Centres the ball up nicely and finds Jack Gaffney. That's the trick with Port District. Say Gray or Gaffney, and you got half a chance of being correct every time. Here's kick into the pocket, out of bounds on the full. Not the best use, unfortunately. So right in the school pocket here. The Rams cannot get it off their half-back line at the moment. That kick is not going to help. Out of bounds to out of bounds on the full. That's headed to the bus stop. And it's going to be another throw-in. It's a beautiful day for football to be out with a deck chair under a tree, I reckon, with a hoodie. Certainly one of the better football days we've had so far. As there's a mark. And this is the Port District, and here's your man, Gavin Shepherd.
who kicked 12 goals this season from the 8 games, 3 against the Falcons, 3 against Tea Gully. Can he break the deadlock, the goal drought so far in this contest? Been playing about 9 minutes or so, the Buddy Bet Division 1 game of the day. Thanks to Filming Footy and the Banner Crew. That one is right down Glen Osmond Road, and Port District are on the board. They have an early breakaway. They're 1-2-8. Glenunga yet to score. The other games on this week include Prince Alfred College. They're hosting Payneham. Last year that was the grand final matchup. Today it's 8th versus 10th. League leaders are Goody Saints. They're hosting the Brighton Bombers, who sit 9th. Old Ignatians, the other promoted team along with Glenunga, they're sitting in 6th. They are playing Tea Gully, sitting at 4th. That's at Karen Rolton. And the final game, the two colleges, Ross Trevor, Old Collegians, and St. Peter's Old Collegians. The Chateau up at Campbelltown. Nice kick looking for Shepherd, who almost took the low-level grab. Now it's a hot footy at ground level. Port District certainly looking the better early stages of this contest. Although a good tackle on a couple of players there by Glenunga. Both Sam McKay and Zach Hawkins had their shots, but Glenunga too tough in defence.
Yeah, free kick. Looks like it's Alex Haran, is it? No, it's not Alex back there. I know he's playing in the back lines today, normally around the midfield. Comes towards the centre wing. One key's the target. Can't take it. Gray. Get used to saying that. They look very similar out on the field, Tom and Sam.
Just what we need.
It's hacked forward. Batty has it. Handballs it back to Gray. Jason Niskahoos, in fact. Now Glenunga, hands on the footy. Plenty of numbers around the ball. You want to touch today, you're going to have to be prepared to get it in. Sacked forward by Sam McKay. It is really, really congested footy, folks.
Yeah, it ain't pretty. Besides the kick from
I'm going to make
McKay.
a statement that no side will kick 10 goals today based on what I've seen in the first 10 minutes.
Well, they've both got their defensive record to maintain.
Yep. I thought about holding the ball for a second there. A free kick to Sam McKay would have been handy for Port Districts. He'll take the ruck work here up against Wungie. Beautiful palm with the left hand from Nick Wungie. He's kicked it along the centre wing, which is good because it's right in front of us. We can clearly see the Guernsey numbers. Again, plenty of numbers around the ball. Sean Davidson's the target. Can't get it. It's William Staples that has it. Now it's Thomas Michaelani. Kenny Wheeler-Ann. It's Gray that's got it. Now Davidson. The ball spills free. One key's there. Umpire Tony has paid a free kick. And it'll go to Sam Gray. And I tell you what, Phil, he is in... Oh, no, it's still Sean Davidson, but Sam Gray is in everything at the moment. He's presenting as a target here to Sean Davidson. He gets it. He's got leather poisoning at the moment.
Well, of course, you've got some very big decisions to make on
A bit early to be starting to think about best on ground, Phil.
Well,
but
he's tearing it up at the moment.
He is indeed. We'll get Lambo maybe to get his stats. We don't have the beauty of stats today. But that kick's been intercepted well by Glenunga.
All right, so it sits.
Luke Hollian, who transfers it out the far side to Zach Smith. He handballs it. Now's a good passage of play by Glenunga. They're out the far side. Trouble is they've been held up here. They needed to move that ball a little bit quicker to allow Port Districts to shift across now.
5 possessions in succession to the Rams. Make that sixth on that outer wing. This is as far as they've got pretty much the whole game. Oh, hang on, this is going to go forward of centre by a couple of metres. Going up high for Port Districts, and an 8 emerging from there was Dale Pearce, who is their leading goal scorer with 14 for the season. So a ball up just Glenunga's side. Pearce playing in a little bit of ruck there with the tap. Umpire's found a free. It's going to go the way of Glenunga. This is Jack Scott who's come into the team. Once he eventually gets the ball. Plenty of players moving past. We'll go from congestion at one end. At least this is down the clubroom side, because if you're in the clubrooms today, you wouldn't have seen much of this contest so far. It spills out into, yeah, that's almost like a kindergarten playground area pocket, the northeast side. Throw in. Rucks go to it. Collecting it and going straight to ground was Lincoln Bennett. gets rid of the footy now. No real clear possession. It's just scrambly footy, but Port Districts have got it. They kick across the face of goals. I was worried about this, but it's found the open man in Shannon Jenner. He finds teammate right in front of the Glenunga bench. You can see there the crowd that's built up in the club rooms in the background. Now they're moving it nicely through the middle. It was Tom Gray to Niskus across the ground. Districts pick it up. They've got it through Pearce, working it nicely from one wing into the pocket. Batty had it, lost it, gets it back, goes to ground. Lambo's got his hamburger, he's happy, and all is right with the world. The things that we can't get to talk about during the live stream. Throw in, forward pocket for Port Districts, where it's been most of the day. Glenunga, the ruck tap. Sam Abel, been here at the club since playing under 8s back in 2012. Has only ever played for the double blue of Glenunga. His kick, though, finds a Port Districts player on the outer side. Decides to go backwards to go forwards. This is to Smush, the former Eagle from Woodville West Torrens. His kick for Gaffney. One of the Glenunga players got in the way. That was very well done by Fletcher Wiseman. Now he's got a runner. Now there's some open space for Glenunga to work into here. They found our phantom 21st player, Lambo. It's number 29. We can work out who 29 is today. That would be very handy. Free in the contest. Glenunga are going to get a shot on goal. And right on cue. Just checking. No, not quite right on cue. It's going to be... Oh, we've got a 13 now. Oh, this is a Jordan Opperman. Jordan Opperman has it. Gettable shot. The first one of the day for the Rams. Oh, the breeze going slightly across the ground. That's the way he kicked it. He's found a player who's marked it, but it's in a black Guernsey, not a navy blue one. Districts to defend and get it out of their goal.
They do. They bring it back this side of the ground again. Hit up Dougie Gregg in the back pocket. His brother not playing today. Lockie Gregg back to Gray. Tommy Schmush keeps it low to Jason Niskahoos. Looks like he's lost a bit of weight, Jace, over the pre-season. He's in good nick. Now he hits up Gavin Shepherd. It's a good passage to play from Port Districts as they work along this wing. This is the problem area with Alex Harum back in the hole. He did it well though, Gavin Shepherd. Hit up Jack Gaffney. Now you can see in front of him there's not a lot of... And that's a beautiful mark. I reckon the umpire's paid that, has he?
Batty, I reckon.
James Batty, is that fallen in his arms? Yeah, that's a terrific mark. And he's a renowned goal kicker, Jack Batty. He's on the... James Batty, I should say. He's locked inside the forward pocket. Certainly within range distance-wise. And I think the breeze will suit him, and he just needs to pop it up on the left-hand post. Nice and high, and the breeze will do the rest. He does that. Holds its line, and that is a goal. That is Port District's second. They go out to 2 goals to Glenunga, unfortunately yet to score. And Lambo did tell us before the game it was a 2 to 3 goal breeze. Currently we are how far into the quarter?
Reckon about 15 minutes.
And they lead by 2 goals. Craig Lambert.
Both side here, crowd is building up, and I think they need a few more goals before the end of the quarter, mate, with this breeze. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, he's right. There's a nice crowd out on the far side, as mentioned before the game. It's the first time I've been here. There is a nice crowd building on the far side. Both clubs understand the importance of this game.
Well, it's third versus fourth.
Looks like Sam McKay has gone into the ruck now for Port Districts. So Glenunga, courtesy of Sam Abel, kicks towards the half-forward line. It's been all Port Districts when they've come this far. This time, however, Harrison Wright's got it, running into an open goal. Can he get good purchase? He can't, but that is their first score for the day. It's always nice to get your first score on the board. Port Districts 2-2 lead. Glenunga 1 point. Tommy Schmush looking for Alternatives, he goes to Gray. Why wouldn't you with his experience? He lifts the ball now to the wing, but in good position was Sam Parsons for Glenunga, and he proves a roadblock, and we'll have a ball up. Being able to keep that inside their forward 50 is pretty important. We look back behind the play, you can see Glenunga have got players pressing up there. Defensive zone is set up nicely. Sam McKay handballs it towards the boundary line. Sean Davison not quite able to get hold of that one. And Bo Schwarz also in good position for Glenunga. So Nick Wunke yet to come off the ball for Glenunga, doing a power of work. Now up against Sam McKay, the young fella who's come through the ranks. Also spent some time at Woodville West Torrens. Now we can't quite see what's going on here. We're locked in behind the Glenunga interchange. It's very difficult to
Lots of coaches.
We've got our challenges
Runners,
today, folks. So
interchange.
apologise, as I mentioned before, in advance.
More officials than players, it looks like sometimes.
Yeah.
As from the ruck tap, Gray was lurking, but it's going to be Glenunga's clearance. Only is, in fact, I reckon that's one for the jersey clash right there, Jacko, because that hand pass into space was right to a Districts player in Cooper Gaffney. Ends up, though, with Nick Wunke. He was about to play on. Umpire says advantage. That, unfortunately, just confused everybody. Picked up by Greg of Districts. Ball goes to ground by 35 metres out straight in front.
Well, should have got a free kick, Trent Heffernan there. He was clearly tackled without the footy. The umpire maybe not in the best position, Phil, but a bit stiff there, Port Districts, because now Glenunga are having a shot on goal, and had the free kick been paid, the ball would have been down the other end of the ground. But that's what happens. Darcy Mitchell finds himself the recipient of this. He is straight in front. The breeze actually feels like it's dropped away for his kick, which has been good for him, and he's about 35, 40 metres out, dead in front. The orange boots of Darcy Mitchell. He hasn't got great purchase on that, and he's pushed it to the right, and that's another behind for Glenunga, out to 2 points, trailing Port Districts 2 by 2 goals. So Cooper Gaffney, he'll kick in this time. Will he come this side? He thought about it for a minute, but he elects to go the far side with a beautiful kick. On the wing now, sorry, they're on the boundary line now. Tom Smush has it. It is really slow play. If that's a deliberate thing, but they certainly are aware of the Glenunga defence getting in back behind the footy. He goes long looking for Shepherd, and he's been paid by the umpire. He doesn't waste time, he gets it on quickly. Batty was there, fell over. Got to keep your feet, son.
Yeah, also got one at his laces that probably didn't help too much.
No.
And maybe a push in the back, which is what the umpire saw. Into the pocket, intercepted, however, by Nick Wunke. I'm just glad that Glenunga got a couple of consecutive inside 50s after the season Bs went down by over 100 points and Port District had the ball in their half for the first 10 minutes. I was a bit worried how this would play out.
Well, the hardest part, Phil, is deciphering the numbers from behind, because from behind they've both got dark navy blue Guernseys.
Yeah.
It's not so bad from the front, but very difficult to pick the players from behind. That's something the league's got to look into there.
And give him a bit of time to roll around in that centre wicket mud. You can't tell the white shorts from the blue shorts because they're all brown shorts. But right now, Port District's attacking, kick around the corner.
Tommy Gray, I think, Phil.
Tommy Gray has delivered a nice goal. He was front and square. Snap truly. And Port District have their third and extend their lead. 3-2-20. Glenunga 2 behinds. A 3-goal lead.
Yeah, one of Sam and Tom's dad, the Grub, will be here today. Bit of a legendary figure in the western suburbs. Runs a little mechanical business. I'm sure he loves the fact that both his boys are playing now in the same team in the western suburbs. You can get along and see them play each week.
Playing for the black and white colours, which would... Of course, it all got very confusing for everybody in the northwest when the Magpies became the Power Reserves and the Lefevre Peninsula became the Eagles Zone, and the black and white diehards had to adopt some blue, green and gold.
Yep,
but the Gaffneys and the Greys are all back at Port District.
So Glenunga have it. Well marked there by Nick Wunke. Following up his ruck work. Plays on quickly. Nice kick out into space. Good defensive spoil there by Darcy Mitchell. Ball spills to the front. Can Glenunga get hands on it? Looks like Port Districts with the white shorts have it out the far side. Trent Heffernan. Umpire's call play on, and then now confuse the players by bringing it back and giving it to Daniel Passaniti, my old neighbour. Daniel with one of the moustaches going round. He goes long down the line. Plenty of numbers back there for Glenunga, but gee whiz, that's a good jump by Tom Smush, who's pushed himself forward. Didn't quite take it in the end, but wasn't far away. They get the free kick, Port District. They don't waste any time. In towards Gray. He can't take it. Goes over his head. Alex Haran from Glenunga ends up with it. Hacks it onto his left boot quickly. We're out the wing. Taken well by number 29 for Glenunga. I've yet to get his name.
Lachlan Tursey.
Lachlan Percy, is it?
Tursey.
Now it's Haran. He handballs it out. They go to the half-forward line. They'll probably earn a free kick here. They do, Glenunga, and that's Fletcher Wiseman. He gets it on quickly. Nice kick out to space, but gee, reading it the best was Port Districts.
You can see why they're ranked number 1 in defence, can't you?
Yeah, it was
absolutely rock solid.
It was a nice mark by Nick Organ there, and he's got on with it quickly and kicked it into
Hawkins.
Zach Hawkins, young fellow who's come through the grades, played a little bit of time at Port Magpies. Comes to the wing. One key's in best position. A nice mark under a fair bit of heat there from Pearce. No point being angry now, Dale. Although
the ball, not the body.
He does play with a little bit of attitude. Haran gives it to Jesse Temmie. He goes to half forward. Plenty of numbers around this contest. Ball spills to the front. It's where you want it if you're a Glenunga player. Can anyone take it cleanly? Coming out nicely was Fletcher Wiseman.
25 minutes gone.
And in the end, Tom Michaelani is 1-3. I wonder if he's related to Jim Michaelani.
Yeah, well, he did play Norwood under 18s and reserves.
I would say he's definitely a son then. The other.
Did Michaelis have any relationship with the Eyre Peninsula at Sejuna?
Not that I'm aware of. Is that what he's from?
He did play some junior footy there.
His other son is a Monty to get drafted, they say, this year. PAC or St. Peter's boy.
Yep.
Anyway, Gray has it in the far pocket. Goes one way, now goes the other. Cleverly lowers his eyes and hits up Heffernan.
Jacko fan club. They're everywhere.
Couple of supporters. So Gray to Gray. He lowers his eyes. Hits up not Gaffney, that's Batty working way up the grounds. Unusual territory for him, the half-back flank, mate.
Well, good to see. Work hard.
That is the siren and ends, a challenging quarter for Glenunga at times, particularly in terms of scoring. They did have a couple of opportunities and probably unlucky not to have a goal on the board, but it is Port Districts who lead at quarter time, 3 goals to Glenunga, 2 points.
Goal scorers for the Districts, James Batty, Tom Gray, Gavin Shepherd with 1 apiece, none yet for Glenunga. Port District by 3 goals. We'll be back with Lambo's report from the huddles, Jacko's analysis. I'll try and get some scores around the ground. Thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks Tony, nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner. a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Welcome back, folks. The Buddy Bet Division 1 game. It is Port District 3-2-20, Glenunga 2 behinds. Let's go to Craig Lambert.
I just had to put my umbrella up over there at the Glenunga. I tell you what, their coach just went off. I've seen more rain, but today the rain came out of his mouth. He said that was their worst quarter this year. They had a game plan. He wasn't happy with it. Keep the ball low, look, get into space, be prepared to back up. Not happy, so I reckon we might see something different in the second quarter. Port District's coach very happy, one-on-one around the ball, especially their centre clearances and their quickness. So we'll see what happens in the second quarter. Keep commentating, boys. And my prediction, yes, sorry Phil, yes, Glenunga by 2 points.
Thank you, Lambo. Glad we finally got that on the record, albeit a quarter late. Other games, Old Ignatians lead Tea Gully 21-9. St Peter's lead Ross Trevor 22-14. The games we don't have a score for, Prince Alfred, Payneham, Goodwood, Saints Brighton. We'll do our best to get them. Crowd disperses, leaves the field just to the players and the umpires. We're set to rock and roll with the second quarter. Thanks to the Banner crew, filming Footy, Division 1 game of the day, and you're with Sean Jackson.
Yeah, interesting that Glenunga have put McMahon on the wing, started the game on this wing, and he's staying on this wing, so not sure what that's about, whether there's more ball expected on this side of the ground perhaps, and he's opposed to Shannon Jenner, who's also stayed, although they may be doing a three-way rotation. The same two blokes in the ruck. One key for Glenunga and Pearce for Port Districts. One key it is who gets it. They push the ball forward now. Can they take it cleanly? They can't. Played it nice handball outside from Port Districts. Shannon Jenner, Cooper Gaffney, Tom Smush. In fact, I don't reckon that is Tom Smush in number 8. It's Dale Pearce. Yeah, Pearce. So we're at the far side now, Glenunga. They're going forward again. Nice handball on the up. Just didn't hit the target. You want to hit the target when you've got to take such a ball. You take the ball so cleanly there. We'll end up with a ball up, a boundary thrown, I beg your pardon. Almost on the true centre wing position, but Glenunga, nice, good early signs after copying what Lambo describes as one of the all-time great sprays of Nathan Grimer at quarter time. They're at it again, Glenunga. They're in front of their player. Port Districts now have it. Sam Gray feeds it off. Comes this side of the ground. I like that to Shannon Jenner. As I mentioned, opposed to Michael McMahon. He lowers the eyes, Jenner. Hits up Ben Gould. I think it was a cousin of about 5 or 6 of them. Goes back to Gaffney. They are working the ball up, exactly what Grimer was looking for in the first quarter. Nice and low. It ends up nicely with Zach Hawkins around the corner. The whole Port District's bench erupted thinking that was the first goal that we'll see today into the breeze, but unfortunately touched on the line. But the first score for the second quarter does go to Port Districts. 2
behinds to Hawkins. Love the work rate of Batty to get that hand pass out to set up the shot. This is Opperman who's taken the mark. Now it's Glenunga's turn to run and gun. Kick to an open forward line for the first time today. This is the R.C. Mitchell, but he's got 2 Port District players to beat, plus the cavalry that's turned up. And suddenly there's some quick movement. This is very speedy down the outer side to Ben Gould, who will slow things up now.
Yeah, would like to have seen him play on there too, Phil. Just gun and run, work the arc, keep
the one
the ball
way
alive,
to beat the
because
congestion is to
we get a slow play like this. It's
moving.
going very, very difficult to score into that breeze.
Yeah, they've gone way back. They've gone back to defensive 50 to Dougie Greed. That ignores the lead of Shannon to kick it further to half-forward flank. Outnumbered 2-1, doesn't matter. Good grab by Niska, who's up there with Sam Gray, maybe for Port District's best. Now to Jenner, who I'm sure was on the other wing about 30 seconds ago.
Working hard, Shannon Jenner. Actually, he's had a good start to this quarter. Had plenty of the ball.
Tommy Gray. Sort of the fake almost didn't work. Back to Jenner there and back up, and in the end.
Play on, son. Play on.
That's the second advantage that's confused a few people. Glenunga have it on the wing. Now with the R.C. Mitchell.
Once again, slow to get back, Darcy. Too slow. He's waiting perhaps for McMahon to push forward to the ball. He can't take it. We'll have a boundary throw in. Inside Glenunga's forward 50. They'd really like to hold the ball here. And this is a challenge for the way they set up defensively to be able to lock the ball inside the forward 50 and play a front half game. It's hit forward by Darcy Mitchell. But it's all Port Districts. And again, it's Shannon Jenner working all the way into the back pocket, Phil. His work rate this quarter has been exceptional. If we had a GPS on him, we'd see he's probably covered a kilometre already in the first 5 minutes of this quarter. Cooper Gaffney brings the ball out from full back, heads towards Pearce. Nice mark. Hopefully he's confident in his father. He'll be okay. Unsure what to do with this one though. He handballs towards Dougie Gregg, but he's been chased by Glenunga's Tom Michaelani. A host of errors. We're now on the top of the square, however. Plenty of players in the way, I'm struggling to see. And again, it's another point.
That's a rushed one, I reckon. 3-4, 22. Glenunga just the 2 behinds. It was so 2 behinds added to. So that was a behind to Glenunga. My apologies. So it should be 3-3 to 3, which it is. Quarter time margin of 18 points. Couple of minutes into the second quarter if you've just joined us. You've got the worm eyes view of today's game. Nice pass inside 50. The Glenunga player in, I'm not sure if he's ended up all right. Harrison Wright went down. You watch the footy, Jack. I'll keep an eye on Harrison.
Okay.
Who I think is getting up okay.
Yeah, the ball has spilt out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in true centre wing position. Harrison Wright looks like not a lot of him height-wise, but a nuggety little player. I think he's bounced up okay, Phil.
Yep, those helmets work wonders.
Yep. So it's one key, he gets it, pushes it forward. Good, strong contest. Both players there. Ends up with Dale Pearce. He kicks it quickly in the direction of Batty. Umpire's seen something he didn't like there. It is a Glenunga free. He actually had the hand the wrong way. The Port Districts player in Sam McKay realised and gave it back to Port Districts. Pearce has it now. Now he goes charging into the forward line. It's a good kick off the boot. Will it carry? Oh, just touched on the line. Good effort by Tom Gray to try and make a contest on the line. It just didn't quite have enough purchase on it.
I think that was Wiseman possibly, or maybe Jesse Tim with the kick for Glenunga.
Right.
It's not Wiseman because there he is right there on the other side of the field.
Hate that, don't you? Normally, as long as he doesn't get involved in the next play, you can get away with a bad call. But
no, I did call it as Tim. He's second year. Port District move the ball down. What do you call it? The western wing here. So north-south oval. But again, Port District mopping it up nicely with Gray S. to that outer side through some nice pair of hands. Now it's Passanidi. He's got help further downfield. The kick into the pocket.
Good
Nice
kick.
lead. Nice grab, Shepherd.
Presenting well, Gavin Shepherd, isn't he? He's been a good player now for many years. Port Districts, obviously Portland player before that. Handy recruit.
Indeed. Did he come over when Portland sat the year out, or was it before that?
No, before that.
Before that. Okay, Cooper Gaffney now. I think he's pretty much at the 50-metre arc. Not too much distance between that and the centre square. Goes into the pocket. In front of the scoreboard. Passanidi again in trouble, but has some help. Little dainty kick inside forward 50. Is that Batty?
It is, yes.
And he'll say he's in range, I reckon.
Well, he is. He's only probably 30 metres out, Phil. It was a good mark in the end. He does tend to fall over a fair bit, doesn't he, when he goes at the ball, but did protect the ball drop quite well there and take a very strong markers.
Just had a bit more of
Steak
that
sandwich goes
burger than I
over Phil's
intended,
lap.
Jacko.
And one of the Glenunga players, and this could be Nick Wunke making his way towards the bench, which will be a real blow to Glenunga if he's unable to come back onto the ground. James Batty leans back on that. He's kicked a lot of goals for Port Districts, and that is his second for the day. He's the leading goal kicker on the ground, and yes, Glenunga's. It is indeed Nick Wunke. He looks like he's caught one in the back. His leg's heavily bandaged, but it looks like it's back that's giving him trouble. So the first change into the ruck, Lambo. Just repeated what I said, which is good. Is he close enough to be able to hear what we say today, Lambo? Hopefully he is.
Possibly.
So, anyway, we're back into the middle.
We're back in the middle. It's a high kick from Glenunga. Cooper Gaffney, Harrison Wright, both showed courage.
Mark
Gaffney,
of the week
though,
last
got the
year.
best position.
Mark of the week last week, Cooper Gaffney, the
Yeah.
one-hander.
So now the last time we did Port Districts, yes. So, of course, sorry, yes. The between the posts mark of the week. Now I'm with you,
Yes.
Jacko. Sorry. Inside forward
Good
50.
mark.
There's a good grab taken by Bo Schwartz, who's played from the NT, St Mary's of the Barwon League in Victoria, Southern Districts from the Darwin Comp. Down the wing, through some hands. Oh, we got a legging in there somewhere. And demanding it is William Staples, the Sturt under-18s player. Short kick to Tem, who had that behind earlier. He winds up with a big booming kick towards the goals. Will fall well short. Who's there to read it off hands? It spills out of bounds. I know Gaffney keeps it in, though he can't. Will be a throw-in.
Yeah, it's the sort of kick I think you've probably got to go to the top of the square and keep it a chance for a crumb goal, because you go a little bit longer, you don't make the distance and it spills through for a point or a boundary throw-in. Difficult to score. Port District's been pretty good defensively. This time Glenunga might get a free kick. The umpire's called play on. It's Bo Schwartz on the left foot. Hooked it out the far side of the ground. Plenty of numbers there for Port Districts though. Players calling for holding the ball. The big crowd in that forward pocket looked like a lot of the B grade or C grade players screaming for holding the ball. The umpire said, cut it out. This is not the AFL. This is the Adelaide Footy League. We give them a bit more longer to get rid of the ball.
I can see it's Coach Tommy Javor with, I assume, the
Oh,
bees.
TJ running the show out there, is he?
I think they need a bit of a bonding session after
After the demoralising loss today.
Yeah.
Anyway, Glenunga have taken it just inside their 50. This is probably a gettable goal. Distance-wise, shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure if that 50 is a true 50, but if it is, it's 50, but he's got a good strong breeze at his back. Almost straight in front. I don't quite see who it is, Phil.
I'm on it. I'll let you know.
Looks confident. Just didn't quite hit it
Zach
right.
Smith.
But I tell you what, it's a chance, and that has gone through the middle. Just goes to show you the breeze has picked up again, because he didn't hit that sweetly, and it's ended up, he got it high. And sometimes that's all you need to do, get it high and let the breeze do the rest. And that was Zach Smith, was it, Phil?
Zach Smith, and it's his first goal for the season. He's in your team as a defender.
Well,
and you talk about footy journeys, Jacko. How about this? 2020 was playing for Catherine South in the NT. Then Oyen out in mid-Mallee, Kyabram, and his juniors are Southern Districts in the Northern Territory comp. So
Wow.
that is a fair journey to the...
Rocky Butterworth will go anywhere to recruit him, won't he?
That's it.
Eh?
Oyen.
I think Rocky likes travelling around the country more than anything else. It's been a while
Decent
since he's
roadhouse
actually
in
worked
Oyen
with
from
any
memory.
significance.
Lambo. Anything? No? No? Okay. Back to the game. Gaffney, who again busy as you would always
McInerney.
expect. McInerney did that beautifully. Sends Port District inside
Good
50,
mark.
and that's a nice grab. There's Smith, who's probably just in those 2 plays, the goal on the marks. Glenunga's best.
Jeez, I'm glad I picked him in the team now.
Yeah.
I was a bit unsure. That was
Who was the other bloke you picked? Because I don't think we've called him yet.
no one else from Glenunga.
McMahon?
Oh, I beg your pardon, McMartin, and he's playing up on the wing today. We selected him in a forward pocket.
Yeah.
Although you can see him now, Phil, he's sneaking down into the forward pocket, calling for the
Kick
ball.
it to me. Kick it to me.
He's got one of the best tanks in the Adelaide Footy League, Mickey McMahon. Played probably 9 or 10 games for North Adelaide and then probably another 30 for the Adelaide Crows in the SANFL.
Yep. Been at Glenunga since 2017.
You speak to the other coaches in the league and they'll all tell you he is their most dangerous player, Glenunga. Got a great tank. And stockbroker by trade, Phil, so...
Okay. Well, he's had a rough week then.
I hope he's got a good tip for us to come out of this.
Fletcher Wiseman did not look at anybody else. From the edge of 50, puts it high into the blue sky, right over the goal umpire's cap. That's 2 in a row, and here come Glenunga, 2-4-16. Port District 4-4-28, 12-point game on the sip and save scoreboard. And thanks to the police credit union, let's go boundary side, all of 2 metres, to Lambo.
Jacko and Phil, Nick Wonky, number 14, who went off with his back injury, doing a lot of stretching, a lot of work on it. Don't be surprised he'll be back on really soon, boys. Port District's no injuries so far, so clean sheet there. Keep the work going.
Well, he gets an easy day if there's no injuries, the Lambo, doesn't he? But one thing he's good at rustling us up some tucker. And that steak sandwich that came over, Phil, was absolutely
A+.
fantastic.
A+, right up there with the Goody Saints chicken rolls.
Almost
which
the biggest.
They are the gold standard.
Right, well, that's almost the biggest sandwich I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get through yours.
I'm still working through mine. I pace myself.
Right, so Pearce with a beautiful tap. No one able to take it, but gee, his spring was good in the absence of one key. Looks like he's controlling the ruck now. Let's see how he goes in this one. Well bodied out of it by Glenunga. Just needs someone to take the ball cleanly. Jesse Temmy's in there. And then trying to barge his way through was Alex Harrant. The boundary umpire standing right in my way. If we get him to move,
cool.
thank you, sir.
Those right in the cameraman's way. Sorry.
Tony, the umpire, has pulled a free out here to Glenunga. And I tell you what, all the momentum is with Glenunga at the moment. And that's Bo Schwarz, who's had a good quarter. He doesn't waste time. He gets it in quickly. Looking for McMahon. Not able to take that one. Smush. No, it's Pierce. It reminds me of Smush. Very similar to look at on the field.
And
we'll
we'll
have another ball
in front of the shipping container in the Glenunga International High School. And Pierce got rid of his opponent. Did so legally, said the umpire. Then he got tackled, and that's a free the other way, hold on the ball.
Well, you're obviously allowed to remonstrate, Phil, because he is still going at the umpire.
Yeah, I don't think...
And there it is. There it is. Well, you keep gobbing off like that, it's only a matter of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like he went, and he went, and he went.
And here comes the runner to do some remonstrating with Pierce.
I'm going to guess that's a team rule, Phil. Give away a 50-metre penalty and come and have some time on the pine.
In the meantime, McInerney has gone kaboom, and that's 3 in a row for Glenunga. And all of a sudden, Jacko, it is a 1-goal ball game.
It is indeed. Glenunga have really hit their straps, haven't they? There's 3 goals in about 5 minutes, I would say, Phil. So a little bit of time left still in this quarter. We are normally able to see it on our screen. It's 15 gone, so probably another 10 minutes to go. And Glenunga have seized back control of this game. Not quite in front, behind by 1, but their last 5 minutes has been terrific. And again in the ruck, Darcy Mitchell. And Jason Niska, who's hacks it off the ground, out to half forward. looking for Ben Gould. And no one able to take it. We'll have a ball up. Half forward for Port Districts. Plenty of numbers again around this contest. Slap forward by Glenunga. Gould, Port Districts. Nice intercept mark for Glenunga. Like to see a quick change of direction here. That's a nice short lower of the eyes. He's hit up Bo Schwarz again, I think it is. No, that's Alex Haren. He's gone back. The problem with that is he's gone back to that side of the ground when they've made the space this side, so you can't zigzag down the ground and expect your forwards to be in good position. Once you commit to the switch, you want to try and stay that side of the ground. This ground doesn't have the width. Anyway, it doesn't matter because nice mark taken by Jess Tammy. He's been impressive, as is this man Bo Schwarz. Is in quickly. Good position there's Nick Organ.
And Gaffney a little bit ragged getting up. Lambo will get you to keep an eye on that. Cooper Gaffney. Just keep an eye on Gaff.
He's up at this stage.
Yep.
The green boots. Luke McInerney, one of the best intercept markers in the competition for a while.
Okay, yep. And Nick Wunke is back on.
Yep.
Police Credit Union interchange for D'Arcy Mitchell coming off. How's your viewing?
Zach Smith back behind the ball, organising the defence. So not just a good player himself, a good team player. He's getting his players in the right position. They've got the zone set up pretty well back behind the ball.
He was the spark. Got that first goal. The defender showing the forwards how it's done.
Well, he's trying to set up as the free player, but it looks like Luke Holman has now taken that role. It'll be interesting to see if Port Districts get it, whether that zone is able to intercept the ball. With plenty of pressure around the contest by Glenunga, keeping the ball inside their forward 50. Coach Nathan Grime will be happy with the way they've come out in the last 7 or 8 minutes.
So on the outer wing, the ring, only about 70 metres out, there's 2 more Rams to Port District, so... There's just 4 players on the clubroom side of centre.
So, Jason Niskahoos on the left foot around the corner. Let's see how this zone holds up now for Glenunga. Wunke first on it. Well tackled by Port Districts. And I tell you what, the umpires are going to earn their money today. They're going to end up sore arms, throwing the ball up and throwing the ball in. McKay hits it forward, grabs it again. And again, we'll have restart number 723.
There's been a few of them, hasn't there, Jacko?
A few boundary throw-ins, new ball-ups. We expected this before the game, though, the way both sides play.
See Lambo there on our screen with his notes running
important
furiously.
5 minutes in the context of this game. Now Port Districts can't get the ball out cleanly. Almost a push in the back, nothing doing. Umpires let it go, which is good umpiring. But no one able to get it out. And in the end, he has no choice but to throw it up.
A very similar score to when they met in round 1 up in Largs Reserve.
Right.
On that occasion, Glenunga were definitely within range at half-time, and then they went goalless in the entire second half, and Port District rolled away to, I think, I'll get it for you officially, I think it was a 44-point victory, 10 goals to 3. They've actually beaten that score already. It was 3 goals, 3 in there. 3-4 today. It's been pretty congested for about the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep, that's 5 or 6 ball-ups in a row. McKay hits it to Gaffney. Mitch variety, gets it again, Mitch. It's Glenunga. They're battling in hard. The contest, players throwing themselves willingly at the contest. There's no problems with that, Phil, as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. I think we are at a critical part of the game.
Well, Port District's threw the first 3 punches, and we thought it might be a whitewash, but Glenunga have thrown a couple. There's a good thump from Wunke into some space. Glenunga just trying to gain every yard by yard at the moment. Usually by this point, the umpires find someone infringing and give a free just to
yeah, just open the game
move
up.
the ball, but we haven't seen it yet, and this would be, you reckon, about the 8th stoppage.
Yeah, good umpiring. You're right, Phil. It's quite often it's tempting to just pay a free kick to open it up. Mitch Gaffney tries to open it up with a kick, but it's well smothered, and again, good tackling from both sides. Sam McKay on that on that job. Time for me to have a sneeze.
I'll do some commentating. Well,
There's the free
there
kick.
It is. It's gone the way of Glenunga. This is Jack Scott. Nice kick to Haran on the edge of the centre square. Probably 55-60. It's a high kick. Nowhere near scoring. A chance for the Flyers at ground level. Oh, the kick by Staples looked on target, but goalkeeper-like save from Port District's keep it to a behind. We're down to 5 points now. 3-5-23. Glenunga 4-4-28. Port District's on the sip and save scoreboard. 1 hour delivery, 7 days a week.
Yeah, Michael McMahon struggling to get into the game for any great effect for Glenunga at the moment. If they could just get the normal output out of him, they will be in good touch. And that is a good defensive spoil there by Glenunga. Excuse me.
You are excused, Jackie.
So once again, the ball's been trapped in Glenunga's front half for probably the last 6 or 7 minutes. They'd really like to get a goal-scoring opportunity out of their good work. Pearce against Wunke. No, yes, Pearce hits it forward. Darcy Mitchell it was for Glenunga.
Well, they're
and
running
again,
with 2 spare, a kick behind. One is Wunke, one is Zach Smith.
Yep.
They were very close together at one point. They've spread out a bit now, so they're really closing off all the escape routes for Port District. Here's one. They're trying to get around Wunke, and they've probably done so as they go splash in the middle.
That's the laundry. There's Mum and Dad.
Oh, look at that football. I'm not sure if we can get a
Mum and Dad watching the game saying, I hope that's not my son.
The football needs a towel right now. Help anyone who's going to try and kick it.
Great take out of there, Beau Schwarz. And a nice kick to that man, McMahon. Would have been difficult ball to mark. It's been taken by Nick Organ. He goes towards the wing. Good defensive spoil by McInerney. Umpire has found a free kick. It's to Glenunga. He's paid it down the ground for a push after the kick. Lowers the eyes, but in good position for Port Districts with Dougie Gregg, I think. Now they go back down the line. Plenty of numbers into the space this side of the ground. Glenunga, if they can get it there. Gee, that's a beautiful kick. I reckon that might be Will Staples who has the ball now. This is the kick they're having a bit of trouble with. They go to McMahon again, and it goes over his head. And about 6 players explained to the boundary umpire that was out in the fall before he made his decision. So it was very nice of them to point it out to him.
Yep.
It'll be a free kick to Tom Smush.
Almost lobbed that in the middle of the Glenunga Bees.
Yeah.
So a glorious day to be out and about. We're seeing the 2 top defences showing why they are the 2 top defences.
Tommy Giovanni's second carton over there yet, Phil?
Called the 2019 grand final with TJ.
Yep.
He was a big Payne and Norwood Union
Big
Falcons
Payne,
man,
you're right
and they
there.
got up, and
Should have stopped it at Payne.
he was sheer delirium when they got up. And here's a kick. Oh, Smosh had it, lost it. And in the end, he has to concede the behind. That was almost one for the funny state. 3-6-24, 4-4-28. The margin back to 4 points, and that could have been catastrophic.
Well, a little bit of confusion there. Tommy Smush had come out of the SANFL system where you can play on after the score has been, after the ball is scored. Obviously, in the Adelaide Footy League, you can't until the umpire has waved the flag, so he's been called back. Yep. So he has a second crack at it. Goes long. Looking for Organ. He can't take it. Glenunga first crumb. Nice. Opportunity here for Luke Hollian. And he has kicked it to Darcy Mitchell, and I reckon that might even the game up, does it?
No, they're in front by 2.
Glenunga, for the first time in this game, are out to 4-6. Port District's trailing at 4-4.
Phil and Jacko, nothing like a good spray at quarter time, and the Rams have turned it around. They've kicked the last 4 goals, momentum, and they are in front by 2 points, I think. Back to you, boys. That's what Lambo predicted.
Yeah, Luke Hollian picked up. That's his second goal for the season. His first was against the Falcons. Recruited from the Essendon District Football League, the Strathmore Griffins. Remember those griffins, those sort of lion, monkey kind fabled creatures? So you're right, all over the shop. Oyen, Kabunya, Sejuna, Strathmore, all here playing for the Rams, and they've hit the front by 2. Not sure of a time clock, but we'd be in time on for sure. Just wondering if that wind is a little bit stronger, because to be honest, there's been, I think, 7 of the 8 goals kicked to that end, and there is your half-time siren. So we got ourselves, it's a challenging day, but a fascinating game. All Port Districts in the first quarter and a bit, and certainly all Glenunga in the last 20 minutes. It's 6 to 4-4. Any quick thoughts, Jacko, before the halftime break?
No, I think you summed it up beautifully there, Phil. We were sitting here thinking that Port Districts by how far for probably 40 minutes, and out of nowhere, Glenunga have just turned it on the last 10 minutes, and I really liked Beau Schwarz's game. I think he's been a driving factor around the ball for him. He's given them first use of the ball, and all of a sudden they got a little bit hungry around the ball. Yeah, saw a stoppage after stoppage there for a while, but they were able to hold the ball and play a front half game and lock the ball inside their forward 50. And well, they kicked the last 4 goals of the half, I think, Phil, and they'll go in feeling pretty good about themselves, and we'll go to a commercial break feeling pretty good about ourselves, Phil.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to go to a commercial break, because I think we're going to have Lambo coming up with his chat.
Straight over with Benny Stapleton.
Yep, let's go to Craig Lambert.
Half time here at Glenunga Oval, and what a game of footy, boys. And I've got the club president here, Ben Stapleton. And, mate, slow start. I've been around footy for a little while. I had to put the umbrella up. The boys got a spray at quarter time, and I told the boys in the commentary team, and I've never seen so many umbrellas go up at quarter time, Ben. But a great comeback and a good game of footy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty tight. We started very slowly. Certainly the system that Nani had worked on during the week, the boys didn't quite apply in the first quarter, but got back to it and paid dividend in the second quarter. So yeah, it's game on.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the club, and Divi 1 now, and the last 4 or 5 years been some great success for the club, mate.
Yeah, so I've sort of been around the club for about 7 or 8 years. 3 boys sort of involved in the younger ages, and then got roped into committee roles and coaching, and president for the last 3 years. So yeah, absolutely loving it. Big job for the volunteers, as everyone knows, at community clubs. But going well. Divi 1's been, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't really recruit too many people over the off season, but I guess put faith in the young guys learning. Got a very teachable group. They're really smart guys and keen to learn, and Nathan's done a really good job with that.
Fantastic. The club itself, been around for a while. You got A, B and C, a lot of juniors. What I love coming here, I help you out, I know, at the end of the year with my other business, but you got a lot of juniors coming through, and that's just fantastic with the community, mate.
It is. It's a fantastic community club. Friday nights just goes berserk with the kids out training and the parents having a drink. I think I said before, it's like having your 40th every Friday night with all your mates around and the kids roaming like they used to do in the olden days. Just sort of out having a kick. So that's fantastic. Great environment. Great coaches. Organised well by the junior footy director Graham Yeski and Pete DeWitt on the girls program. So everything's going okay.
You got some great people around the club, people like Rocky Butterworth, who's been around. You have some volunteers. Is there some people you really like to highlight who, you know what, they do it because it's passion, and you need a lot of those people around the club, don't you?
You certainly do. There's a number. I think a number in the junior program I just mentioned. I think my wife does a heap of work. I better mention her. She runs the social events and the merchandise.
Well, happy wife, happy life, Ben. You know that.
That's right. Exactly right. Social media. So, Ollie Roger and the team on the barbecue and the kitchen. They do a power of work. They're here Thursday, Friday, Saturday. At the crack of dawn and till stumps. So plenty of people. I'm sure I've forgotten a few people, but a great group of people helping out.
So if we're looking at the future, I'm here in 5 years' time, Ben. The club's in pretty. It looks nice, but how can we make that better? How can we do that? No doubt it's funding, massive community. What's the agenda?
So. You'll see when you come out to Glenunga, we're still putting up the old huts every week, and the scoreboard rolls out, and it's a great community facility, 7 years old, 8 years old, so it's still pretty new, but it was planned when we had 50 juniors, we had no junior cricket club here, and so it really has a whole heap of things like no girls' change rooms for the female program. It's a bit sterile inside in terms of the merchandise. We can't put up memorabilia. I love going to all the other footy clubs where you just go for a walk around, look at the history, and you can smell it. So that's what's lacking here. We really need to be able to create a home. So we're doing a fair bit of legwork with the local council, state and federal government, just trying to do a few smaller jobs, but ideally get a longer term home facility that we can make ours and it can feel like a home.
Fantastic. Sponsors. Without a club, there's no sponsors. COVID-19 hurt everybody in the world. Sponsors are important to you. Tell us a little bit about your sponsors, people who have been around for a while, and why people should come on board to be a sponsor at the club, mate.
Good. That's a good lead-in. So we've got some really loyal sponsors. Ophir Asset Management, Andrew Mitchell has been really loyal for many years. P&R Electrical, TPC and EDC, Jeff Owler's business does a great job. Grilled Burgers down on the parade. Powerhouse Sports on the parade. Sue does a great job there. Looks after everyone. Star Electrical, Ray White. I'm sure I've missed a couple, but there's a fantastic group of sponsors. We would love more. I think we've just got such a massive community of people. I think the social media network is sort of 10,000, 17,000 people on Instagram and Facebook, and just the exposure that people get, and to be part of a great community club. So.
We did our mid-season launch last week, and I guess when we're going through the top 5 and the bottom 5, to see Glenunga in the top 5 in Divi 1 in the first half of the year is fantastic. Consistency now for the second half, injuries. My only question is just at the moment, I'm not trying to be negative, is a really good solid depth of players helps you go a long way. Your reserves are struggling a bit.
Yeah, depth is a bit of a challenge. We've got some injury woes, but like everyone does this time of the year. I think it's been a challenge for us for the last 5 years, to be honest. The depth, and you would have seen that in the results. To be brutally honest, we're still 5+ years away from having the juniors go off and play Sandful Resi, Sandful, and then come back. So all come through into the junior program. We're sort of just getting a few a year for the last year or two. So we're realistic. We know that's going to take some time. We've got a good junior program. We'll see the benefits. So this year's really about keeping the group together, keeping them really close and tight, and staying up and being really competitive. So it's been good.
Talk about competitive. Second quarter was great today. You've got some really young guns in your team too, and we spoke to Rocky Butterworth before the game, Jacko and I think you got 6 or 7 players playing from your Divi 5 grand final team, so that says a lot, mate.
Yeah, and the loyalty for them to stick around and contribute. One of the great things that our seniors do is they get out, they coach the juniors, they help out on a Friday night, they all get allocated to one of the junior teams, and they really get into it. They'll come out and watch them on a Sunday. So I guess just building that one club mentality is really important. We got some really good young talented guys who we're hopeful will only get better.
Fantastic. My prediction was 2 points today with the boys. I'm around the mark, Ben. I'm not bragging, Ben. I'm around the mark. We're having a chat after the game, and what would you, if you got good vision, how much, mate?
I'm not Nostradamus. I got no idea. We had a tight one here just before the break where we beat Iggy's by a point, and that was a really tight game, so I suspect today's going to be the same.
Fantastic, mate. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We love the company here. What Sean and Phil really loved today was the boys at half-time. The food today's been superb. They said, mate, if you want to bring out something at 3/4 time, it's up to you. But we know we're going to have a beer with you after the game. But from Dartfish, the Adelaide Football League, it's our first time here. The boys are loving it so far. Ground level, something different. They're not getting wet like I do every week.
Ask about the jerseys. Why aren't they wearing white jerseys?
Okay. Sorry, everybody out there. Sean Jackson from the side. Why aren't we wearing white Guernseys today, Ben?
Well, the Rams are the blue home Guernseys, so we'll stick with the home Guernseys. So.
Very hard to tell the difference.
It is. It's not that easy, especially when they're caked in mud out of that centre square. So.
And before you go, mate, is there one reason why people should just come to Glenunga Football Club and socialise. What would you like to tell everybody in the community out there who should be here, who want to come here? Just give us a few points, mate.
I think from a footy program, we've got fantastic coaches, great teachers from juniors all the way through to the seniors. So, you know, from a footy perspective, whoever comes out here is going to learn a lot. We've got a fantastic female program, 250 plus females, and we've seen a number of the girls go on and play league footy this year at 15, 16 years old. So, and just a great social environment. So, fantastic spot to be. Yeah, a bit of a parkland type club, but no, we love it here. So.
Great, mate. Well, like I said, my prediction is still 2 points, mate. Thanks for your time today, Ben, and we appreciate everything, mate, and all the best, mate. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lambo. Thank you, everybody. And yes, those. We might take a break. We'll be back with the second half very shortly. It's the old Ignatian soccer club, isn't it?
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on, or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable. So basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Umpires consistently inconsistent. I thought
you know it's not in the Adelaide Footy League rulebook. It has if two side, any two sides got clash Guernsey, it's denominated. This one doesn't. It's not.
I'm trying to look up for this.
It's crazy. From behind, you can't pick it.
Well, from here we got no idea.
We just missed the start there, but Port Districts have taken the ball out of the centre, and it's Tommy Gray who has it inside the forward 50. Oh, well intercepted mark by Tully Kennett. Terrific. Just dragged that one across his body, Tom Gray. And as I mentioned, Tully Kennett in really good position. He switches the play out the far side. It's nice. Not able to play on, though. Good pressure by Sam McKay up on the mark. Goes back. Now it's a short kick down the middle. Risky kick. Wasn't able to keep it low. That was the problem. McKay ends up with it for Port Districts. Now they come again inside the forward 50. Glenunga in good position, though. Zach Smith again. Gee whiz, I've been impressed by it. First time I've seen this kid play, I think. And gee, I tell you what, I'm glad I picked him in the team of the mid-year. The way he keeps going, he'll end up with in the team of the end of the year, Phil.
I got a correction to make. I just checked the regs on jumper clashes.
Yep.
And it's not when you affiliate it is actually home team wears home jumper.
Right. So Port Districts should be wearing the white Guernsey today then.
They should not be clashing.
Yeah. Well, it's not deemed to be a clash game though.
I'm still trying to find that list. I think it's all been rewritten a bit.
Right. Anyway, same two rucks go at it. One Key and Big Pierce. Nearly 200 centimetres, his dad just told me. Big lump of a lad, Dale Pierce. He's going to be a beauty. The free kicks ended up with Glenunga. They go short. Nathan Grimer very critical at quarter time about the fact they didn't lower their eyes. So let's see what happens. Haran goes long this time. In good possession of full forward. Locked in a one-on-one contest against Tommy Schmush. That's a terrific mark taken by, I wish he would turn around and show me his number. He finally has, Darcy Mitchell. Well, should know that by now because he's actually played a pretty good game, Darcy.
We've got our Simon Black Academy player of the day, and that clunk, I reckon, is right up there.
Yeah, will you make a note of that, Phil? Because I concur. Darcy Mitchell for the first score of the second half, and Glenunga's first goal into the breeze, or this end. Can he steer it? You give the bloke a rap, and he lets you down every time. First score of the game, a point of the second half, I should say. A point to Glenunga.
So a 2-point lead becomes 3. Early days here of the third quarter. On a beautiful blue sky day in the South Australian capital. That's a huge kick. That's coming out towards our broadcast position. A bit of a Barry Crocker bounce. Picked up nicely by Tem through Wiseman. Back to Tem, lost his footing. And then tapped it out of bounds somewhat deliberately. Not that we have such an interpretation in this competition. Interesting to read during the week that the Sandford version might become AFL, the last disposal rule.
Bit of interest by next North Melbourne
Of course, they
coach.
called it the Sandford trial, and I was thinking, I reckon they've been doing it for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
Beyond
It's not a
the
trial
days.
within this NFL, it's in.
That's it. And works pretty well for mine. Throw in, you can see the breeze bringing that short. The Districts are trying to work it around the back, haven't cleared it as yet. Again, Glenunga have set up a good defensive structure. Again, there's two sitting in the ring. We've got Wonky with the kick down the field, and we've got another player for the kick across field. Nowhere for Districts to go, even if they do get possession. So they do now. High kick. As where Glenunga have the numbers. Great work though by Nick Gaffney to get the ball.
Oh, it's a good tackle.
He's met by Smith.
Zach Smith.
And Smith has got the free kick. Don't think it's gone District side of centre this half so far. You see the breeze swing that kick around. It's 30 metres out straight in front. Plenty of players in dark jumpers around the ball. I feel like that beer ad you hear on radio sometimes, Jacko. You know the one where they call the names and the call gets more blurry as the
as the beer gets consumed.
Someone in blue, someone in black. It's a darkish jumper.
Oh, bad drop there. Going on behind play, but it's all good now. Now umpires pulled a free kick to Port Districts out of all of that. Can't quite see who it is with the ball. Hawkins, is it? Okay. They really need to get a hurry on. They're probably about 5 minutes in with the breeze. It's been a while since they scored a goal, Port Districts. So Zach Hawkins goes long down the line. Glenunga again in good position, but jumping up well before acceptances there, and it ends up falling into the lap of Port Districts, and a terrific mark taken there by, I think it's McKay. He's around the corner, heads towards Shannon Jenner. Really liked his game in the second quarter. He lays it off to Jason Niskahoos, lowers the eyes intelligently, and good hit up, well protected by Sam McKay. And I reckon that might be
trying
Ben
to beat
Gould,
the
is it?
angle.
Ben Gould, I think. You can tell by those big legs. It is indeed Ben Gould. Here's a chance to put Port District's first goal for quite a while. Reasonably easy kick this. The angle looks worse than what it is. Once again with that breeze, just lifted into the air, the top, the left post. Here's a left footer, shouldn't be a problem. He goes skinny, goes to the right post. Kicks it all wrong, but manages to stick it through. So well done to Ben Gould, well done to Port Districts. They finally have a goal on the board, first one for quite a while.
For about a quarter.
They're good enough to put them back in the lead, Phil, I think it is.
3-point game.
They're in front, Port Districts, by 3 points, and we have played 6 minutes of the third quarter as Luke McInerney makes his way back onto the ground, onto the wing, which is an unusual position for Luke to play, up against Jesse Temmie.
Blue sky day, getting a tad chilly. It will get even chillier towards the end of the contest. Play on, says the umpire. Sam Groves ready to take off, and Temmie corralled him. Luckily didn't give away a free kick for a push in the back, and that would have been danger signs for Glenunga if Districts could have got 2 goals in a minute. Sits with Wonky.
Good skills for a big bloke, Nick Wonky, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tom McInerney showing some good skills there with the mark. Finds the player on the half-forward flank. Plenty of movement in front of him. Tries to beat that going to the puck. Cooper Gaffney flying from the side.
Oh.
Got the ball, stepped out of bounds, and I reckon he was, he was tackled out of bounds. That's a free kick.
Yep.
Bit of silly play in front of the club rooms from Glenunga.
Yep, Cooper Gaffney, I've liked his game. Looks like he's played predominantly back. I don't know if he's been
Hasn't
there.
everybody?
Oh, yeah, well, that's true too. Have a look at the purchase on that kick. That's gone 60 metres. And what's the umpire paid here, Phil? Making him come back behind
Something
the mark.
over the mark, I would suspect.
Yeah, one of the more frustrating things you see an umpire do. I wonder whether they don't just let that go. I mean, I don't suppose they can, but it really has no impact on the game. This time he goes a lot shorter, still hugging the boundary line. Might be Niskahoos with the ball. He looks around, the switch on if he can get it across, decides not to, decides to work the line. And again, Glenunga setting up well behind the ball. And it's Nick Wonky, who is playing himself into contention for best on ground. Nice kick to Harrison Wright. We saw him get one in the second quarter. He's going for rain. Looking for McMahon. Plenty of numbers there, hacked off the ground. Pearce is in good position, switches it over. Nice catch taken by Sam Gray, who's been busy again this quarter.
He looks around and decides to switch the play to the outer side, where Districts do have the numbers and a runner. A couple of runners, actually. That was Hawkins who took the mark. They move it down the wing. Wonky in the way. Couldn't get it at ground level. Wasn't sure whether to bump his opponent or get the football. Sort of did both eventually. Kick around the body. Half forward flank. High ball. Who's front and square? Looks like Pasaniti has got it out for Districts. Long kick. You can see what the difference the breeze makes. Shepherd bumps his opponent out of the way. Was about to take off after the ball, but the umpire says, nah, that is a free kick. In fact, I think it might have been for...
pushing the back, Phil.
Pushing the back, yeah.
Didn't need to do it, he just had to hold his ground, but well done by Nick Organ.
So they set up again. We've actually had a little bit of between the 50s ball for a change, Jack.
Yes.
Instead of it being down one end to the other. Your more traditional game, Pasaniti again, weaves through traffic, lovely. Smith goes back with the flight of it. Glenunga have some numbers. They're now playing kick to kick by the looks. Although, chance to stop that Wonky again.
Yep.
You see, it's easy to tell he's got the ball because everybody else is sprinting past. The only one standing still inside the Harry Wright, sort of in the cricket pitch area. And the Glenunga Cricket Club.
Yeah, they're playing it well, actually, Glenunga this quarter, burning up a lot of the clock. Jack Scott has it now. But they're patient in the way they're moving the ball forward. I like the way they're playing this quarter in comparison to the way they played into the breeze in the first quarter. So obviously, Coach Grimer's had a good chat to him at half-time. Now the long kick, centre, top of the goal square. No one able to take it. Plenty of numbers here for Glenunga. Lincoln Bennett in good position. Might get a free kick. No, the umpire didn't get sucked in, and we'll have a restart. But gee whiz, we are only 10 minutes.
Yep.
10 minutes in, and scores are one each for the quarter. So Glenunga would be very happy the way they've started this half.
Yep. 1 point to Glenunga, 1 goal to Districts. The school end has had 8 of the 9 goals kicked in that direction. That's what Glenunga are coming home with. Never a guarantee it's going to work out that way in the final quarter, but the fact it's down the other end and the Rams have bottled up is a good sign for the home team. And a couple of times now Port District have got to this spot and they've hesitated, where you think they've got to do it with a little bit of speed. And they're accurate on this occasion to Jack Gaffney at ground level to Sam Gray. Good visionary hand pass to Gould. He weaves through, opens up for this if it settles. It does. From the half forward flank, I've got no idea because there's 5 people standing in front of me.
Yep.
Glenunga cleared it momentarily. And here we go. Oh, smother. Nicely done. That was Gould by the boundary. I'm waiting for a break so I can pass to you, Jacko. I reckon there it is right there. Free kick to Glenunga.
Yeah, textbook smother from Ben Gould. Just weren't able to capitalise on that great piece of defensive work. Glenunga got the free kick, Jack Scott. And they are really burning up the clock quite effectively at the moment. Jack Scott lowers his eyes. Good kick. Hits up Sam Parsons in the corridor. He thinks about playing on. Could have been called by the umpire. He goes back. They're happy, as I said. Wait for the lead to present up. Now he's forced to go long. Goes towards the boundary line. McMahon. Yes, he's taken that one. He's been quiet, Mickey McMahon. If he gets into the game, look out. It'll be Port Districts in real trouble. He shortens the kick just on 15. Gives it to One Key. He's having a terrific quarter. And a free kick off the ball.
Oh, right.
And it's going Glenunga's way. I reckon it's Darcy Mitchell right in front of goal.
Boots.
Yeah. Now that's a big free kick, ladies and gentlemen. He is 15 metres directly in front of goal. Now in saying that, he missed one he should have got earlier this quarter, so he needs to make sure of this one.
0-2 today.
Darcy Mitchell for his first for the game. Oh no, he's missed that one as well. Pushed it to the right, kicked it a lot lower. Needs to kick through the ball. Darcy, if you're watching this replay, when you're kicking for goal, you like a goal swing. That's a 9-iron shot, not a 3-iron. Kicked it like a 3-iron. Anyway, they're back on, Glenunga. Nice chase by Jack Gaffney. Results in the ball going out of bounds, and we'll have a ball in.
2 points the margin. Our Super and Safe scoreboard has Glenunga 4-8-32, trailing Port District 5-4-34. Super and Safe 7 days, 1 hour delivery, 7 days a week. Boundary throw in the city pocket. Tap forward by Districts, running hard onto it, being tackled for his troubles was Tershi, our late entrant, Lockie Tershi for Glenunga. Again, Gaffney doing the hard yards, Jack Gaffney with the tackle. 14 minutes gone. Again, the breeze just holding that throw up. Umpire says it ain't coming out of there. Chance for another interchange. Sammy Gray, who's had a break, is about to come back on. Interestingly, not heading into the thick of it, he's heading down to the forward line, maybe in the hope that no one from Glenunga will notice, but Zach Smith has.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make him a little bit accountable forward of the ball, Glenunga. So this has resulted in a one-on-one play, other than One Key, who's playing back behind the ball by himself.
Well, we were warned by Jeff Riddle that between the post mid-season special, a couple of teams put a couple of players back, and we've seen that this afternoon.
Yep.
And that's pretty much where we're at the moment. Stoppage, throw in, stoppage, throw in. Not a heck of a lot of movement in the last couple of minutes.
2-point margin again, as it was at half time, though it is in favour of Port Districts, not Glenunga. So 4-point swing since half time. If you're in Glenunga's camp, you'd be pretty happy with that, considering they'll be coming home with the breeze. And another opportunity there, still a chance. Sam Abel not able to take it. The ball's going to go out of bounds in the forward pocket, but most importantly here, they're chewing up a lot of the clock, Glenunga, and locking the ball inside their front half. And we saw that in the second quarter when they had the breeze. Their ability to hold the ball inside the forward 50 till they scored was instrumental in them getting that lead at half time and coming back from nowhere.
Both sides have had it to degrees of success. Sam Abel with the high kick to the top of the square. Not sure if a couple of players spot each other there. It is hard telling them apart. Umpire says my ball. Sean Davidson, the last one to hold it for Districts, the captain there for the black and white. From the throw up, heads towards the outer boundary line. Oh, that was nicely done. I think that was Sammy Parsons who stopped the play, got the ball out.
Oh, Heffernan, well done. Through the
There's
traffic.
a lot of hard yards being made at the moment, and that looked a bit late. Holding the ball, okay. Glenunga another chance to go forward here. Special comments courtesy of the Port District sideline. that was Lambo, sorry. Oh, the kick. Oh, it's just...
Oh, good tackle. Sean Davidson,
bounds,
not able to find the body. Going on behind the ball here with number 17.
They're keen to give away another
Darcy
free kick
Mitchell.
both sides. Glenunga have had their share of close ones here. They lost to St Peter's with a late goal. We streamed that game in round 2, and they beat Icky's last game by 1 point. Nothing else. They've had a couple of experiences, and I don't think Port District have had any close games this year. I'll check for you, Jacko.
Oh, that's not a great kick from the ex-skipper Trent Heffernan. Well intercepted by Beau Schwarz, and again Glenunga are able to repel Port District from taking it out of. And again, another free kick paid to Sean Davidson. Sorry, Darcy Mitchell, not Sean Davidson. Darcy Mitchell, and he's going to have his third shot on goal this quarter. Well, folks, he's missed 2 that were both gettable. The first one he kicked too high from memory, the second one too low. I'd like to think he'd learned something from those previous 2 kicks, but needs to kick through the ball and kick it with a bit of elevation. Here we go, we're right behind him. Coach too scared to look, and I can understand why. That's another pie.
That sank like a stone.
Yeah.
You're right about the follow through.
Lost his confidence in front of goal.
Yeah. Alrighty, free kick. Port District, they're trying to move it on quickly, about to be caught. Umpire says got rid of it. A great tackle by Beau Schwarz. There he is again, Schwarz by the boundary line. He weaves through some traffic, kicks into the pocket. Now, this is a problem, is if you're looking for a target and your target can kick, there's a Glenunga player down right in front of the bench. It could be problematic for the Rams.
Too high to Trent Heffernan.
Yeah,
that's Luke Hollian. He's come off the ground. Looks like he's done a shoulder there, I'd suggest. There's plenty of traffic in and around this contest. Beau Schwarz hacks along the ground with the left foot. Now they go again at the top of the square. They take a march. Glenunga's Dougie Gregg, but he's dropped the ball what he should have taken. And around the corner, geez, they are peppering the goals, Glenunga. I reckon that's probably 4 points. They're out to 4 goals, 9, and one of these shots goes through, they're going to take the lead, Phil, and it doesn't look good for Port Districts at this early stage.
Well, they've kicked 3 behinds from 4 shots. Districts 1 goal from 1 shot. Port Districts have won the quarter, but not by a lot. It's a 1-point game in favour of Districts.
Well done, Trent Heffernan. Long down the line towards Batty, a good mark. Play on quickly, Sung got plenty of space for the forwards. He's going to go to Jason Niskahoos. He now goes to the top of the square. And again, Glenunga are able to hold this one off okay, I reckon. Although that's a good tackle on the line. In the end, Sam Venning has it. They come out again pretty quickly. It's a good defensive effort by the whole Glenunga team there.
When you're ready. Phil and Jacko, young Piercy from Port District's been taken off for undisciplined things again, so he's been taken off. Number 10 for the Rams is off with a shoulder injury. Great game of footy, boys.
It is. There's certainly a lot of pressure because of the lack of space. Both sides throwing themselves willingly at the contest. Now Gavin Shepherd takes a mark inside 50 for Port District. It's been a while since we've been able to say that. And, well, Gavin Shepherd's an experienced player.
You've just got...
I would expect he would have no trouble with this.
Shoulder of it. Don't move, Lambo.
Gavin Shepherd, 45-degree angle, about 35 metres out. He missed one earlier in the game. That looks good off the boot, holds its line. It is good. Port District's now out to 6 goals, 4. They lead by 7 points. Lambo.
Yep, Mitchell Gaffney, number 14 for Port Districts, is off with an ankle injury, boys, so he's getting that treated. I'll tell you what, great game of footy, pressure, ground level from my point of view, that's where it's going to be won. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, no, couldn't agree anymore, Lambo. The pressure has been good, probably right from the start of the game. Well, it's certainly been a contested game, hasn't it, from both sides?
Not that right. We're obviously seeing it from this ground level, which is a lot more up front and physical than your standard game. But 4 goals, 9 to 5, 6 goals, 4 on the Sip and Save scoreboard. Glenunga the clearance, they go right down the guts. Offhand spills towards the playground pocket. Districts will just soccer it out of trouble for the moment. Picked up, I think, by McInerney. He's got a runner. Goes back, has to go fetch, which he does, McInerney.
Free kick, I think. Yep.
Will go the way of Port Districts in front of that scoreboard, which again, repeating, is 4-9-33 to 6-4-40. Sip and Save scoreboard. 1 hour delivery, 7 days a week.
Luke McInerney on the far side of the ground decides to hug the boundary line. He goes long. Once again, he could have got a free kick there, the Glenunga ruckman in Nick Wunke. A bit stiff. Batty comes at the ball now. Got some numbers. Ben Gould has it. Will of the Wisp, beautiful left foot kick. Searching for Shannon Jenner, and he's found him. I tell you what, that is a fantastic kick from Gould. Shannon Jenner now about 40 metres out, directly in front of goal. This is a chance for them to put 2 within a couple of minutes, Port Districts, and all of a sudden, a little bit like what we saw in the second quarter when Glenunga were able to put 4 in a row. Port Districts a chance to do the same, but just with 2. Shannon Jenner looks nice and balanced over the ball, but gee whiz, I tell you, the kicking for goal has been a feature, a poor feature of this game, and it's going to be the side who takes their advantages. Ambo.
Yeah, number 19, Port Districts is off, mate. Looks like he's got some stomach issues there, mate. I think he's got a couple in there, but he's off having a break. So back to you, Jacko.
The tush, I think. He's not in good ways. Kick into some space. I thought that for a second there, I thought it was a Glenunga player running onto it, but no, it was Nick Organ from Districts.
It's actually turned out to be a terrific kick by Glenunga there. Well, trickled out of bounds.
Under the current rules of no last disposal, that's a good kick for touch. It's been that kind of day. Field position, lock it in, has been vitally important.
I wonder what difference it would have made to this game if the last touch was in. It certainly changed the game a little bit on a small oval. Anyway, Glenunga still have the footy. It's inside their forward lines. They really would like to see a goal. And a fair bit of attacking this quarter for no result. One key again controls the ball. Comes in from some frustration from Glenunga supporters behind us here. They can sense that the game is within their grasp, but they just need to take advantage of the opportunities that present. And again, they give away a free kick this time. And, well, talk about wasted opportunities.
Yeah, they're going to rue. Whoever loses this will rue some missed chances.
Yeah, that was Miller Carter.
25 minutes gone, and that's your quarter.
Not a lot of time on. Low scores. What do we have for this quarter, Phil? 2 goals? 2 to Port Districts.
No, 1 goal Just give me a second, Jacko. Oh no, it's 2 goals to Port District. They kicked 2 goals, 1. Glenunga kicked 3 behinds.
Yeah.
And it's anyone's game. 9 points with Glenunga. No, 8 points, sorry, with Glenunga coming home with the breeze.
Yeah. You can sense a bit of frustration from the coach.
Still got time for a joke.
It's a game of errors sometimes, and there's been a lot of errors in this game. Part of that is to do with the lack of space, I guess, but they'll if they lose this game, Glenunga, they'll rue those missed opportunities in front of goal, weren't they, that quarter? I reckon Darcy Mitchell had 3 shots, Phil, and 2 points, and one that didn't make the distance, perhaps.
Well, if they are to win, it would have been having gone goalless to the clubhouse end today. 2 goals to Shepherd, 2 to Batty, 1 to Gould and Gray for Port Districts, 4 singles to Glenunga, to Zach Smith, Hollian, McElhaney and Wasman. It is 3/4 time in our Buddy Bet game of the round. Thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League.
McElhaney. Michael.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks, Tony. Nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on, or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.
Well, welcome back, folks, to the Buddy Bet Division 1 clash out at Webb Oval. We've had a tough contest all day today. There's been no side that's been able to break clear at any real stage. Port Districts for the first quarter and a half probably looked the better side, but Glenunga had a great finish to the first half and went in with a 2-point advantage. After half-time, it's been pretty much Glenunga that just weren't able to take advantage of their forward 50 entries, missed 3 gettable goals, and weren't able to score a goal. And at the moment, 3/4 time, Port Districts lead by 8 points, and we'll go to our boundary rider, Craig Lambert.
Game of footy, mate. 8 points of difference. I'll tell you what, Port Districts are fired up. How can they win the game? If they run and carry and keep the ball on the forward line and convert, Jacko. That's how Port Districts will win and get the ball out the centre. Can the Rams win the game? Well, if they play like they did in the second quarter, momentum, get the ball on quick, find space, they can win the game too. But like I said, right from the start of the game, Jack, ground level. In and under, get it out quick, be smart about their football, both sides there, but I'm going for the Rams still by 2 points, Jack. And it's been a great game of footy. Back to you, matey.
I like that. You're sticking with your original pick, Craig. So that's good to see. Glenunga by 2 points for Lambo. They are trailing by 8. I think they'll get up too. I did pick Port Districts by 2 goals at the start of the game, but I just can't see who's going to take a mark for them up in the forward 50 and the other end of the ground. Well, there's plenty of blokes that are presenting Darcy Mitchell. If he can just get his kicking boots on in the last quarter, it could be all over in Glenunga's favour, but they'll want him to straighten his kicking up. The score is, as we speak, Port Districts 6 goals 5, 41 to Glenunga 4 goals 7. Breeze still going to the right of screen in favour of Glenunga, and if you cast your mind back to the second quarter, they were able to kick 4 goals with it. So if they kick 4 goals this quarter, they'll win the game. Umpire in the middle. It is Nick Wunke. He's done a power of work for Glenunga in the ruck up against the young fella Dale Pearce, and it's Wunke who gets first hands on the ball. Sam Gray, first tape, but well tackled. And again, Tony throws the ball into the air. Pearce gets it. It's hacked this time forward by Glenunga. Mentioned they were going with the Breeze. Out they come at it. First hands on the ball. Weren't able to take it clean. This is where you've got to be able to take it clean. Now they do. Good support out the back. I like that. On the boot quickly. Oh, good position. Miller Carter, who's been pretty serviceable in the back half. I think he may play a few games for Port Power on the odd occasion. Now switches to play. Good kick out the far side. Dougie Gregg looks forward. Nothing on. Holds the play up. Now goes short in the middle. Cooper Gaffney liked his game. Good left footer. Now goes to Sam Gray. He lays the ball off with a handball to Sam McKay. Now they come down the line, but unfortunately it's gone out on the fall. And Zach Smith, who's had a fantastic game, now brings the ball back into the corridor. Risky kick. Heffernan's in good position. 3 Port Districts versus 1 Glenunga. Port Districts end up with it. Sam Gray hacks it around the corner. Well spoiled by Glenunga. And the ball ends up going out of play. I guess you can afford to take a few risks, Glenunga. They've got, as I've mentioned a few times, a reasonable breeze at their back. Sun's still shining here at Webb Oval. And we have got a cracker. Good crowd in attendance. Okay, this one goes over the top. Who's going to take first hands on it? Port Districts, Gaffney. Mitch variety. Hacks it on the left foot. Not sure if they're all left footers. Certainly Cooper's a left footer and Mitch is a left footer. What about Jack? Watch that a bit closer. Heffernan in a good position to get a first goal for Port Districts. If he can pick this up. He does. Well tackled. That's holding the ball. Wowie, wowie. That could be Jason Niskahus, who's having a cracking year. Great tackle. Well, there was a lack of talk there from the Glenunga players, but gee whiz, you don't want to get caught holding the ball 20 metres out. In saying that, we saw Glenunga miss a few from here in the third quarter. But here's a renowned goal kicker, Jason Niskahus. We have, in fact, given him best on ground this year, Phil. And he has kicked 3 goals in one game.
He has.
This is his first for the game. 20 metres out, straight in front. And he makes absolutely no mistake. And first goal of the quarter. That puts Port Districts out to 14 points, which is the margin I picked them before the game. And a little running bet with Lambo. Whoever gets closer gets the beer bought for him after the game.
Some scores around the Buddy Bet Division 1 3/4 time. Prince Alfred lead Payneham Norwood Union 60 to 34. That's a 26-point lead. Old Ignatians at home lead Teacher Gully by 28, 80 to 52. And the colleges, St Peter's lead Rocks by 32.
All games going as you would expect. Phil would have been a good opportunity to put some money on with Buddy Bet today and clean up. Should have mortgaged the house. Would have got 4 from 4, although this one's not over yet. Here they go. Port Districts good enough in defence to be able to push that forward. Gray comes at it. That's Tom. Great mark. Holds the ball up now, waiting for it to open up in front of him. Kicks nice on the angle to Ben Gould. He had an option. He had Niskahus presenting for him on the line. I reckon would have been a good kick. Goes to Shepherd. That's a good kick and a good presentation from Gavin Shepherd on the lead. Good experienced player.
It feels like the wind has dropped a tad.
Yep.
And if he kicks this, I reckon it's game over.
I'm not sure he'll make the distance, to be honest with you, Phil. It's a bit hard to see from here, but he looks confident, but I'm not sure. And he's ended up pulling the kick. And Tully Kennett was in great position for Glenunga, just didn't mark the ball. And as a consequence, he was wrapped up by James Batty, and the umpire's played holding the ball. And well, I just mentioned 60 seconds ago, you don't want to get caught holding the ball in your back half, and that's twice now for Glenunga. Batty lays it off short again. Not great defence there by Glenunga. This is Sam Gray, the last player you would leave alone, I would have thought, in the front half of the ground.
Going to be a tricky one to kick.
Well, a bit of confusion as to where the exact mark is. Umpire's pointing it out now. I would think this would be no problem for a man of Sam Gray's ability. And it is indeed. And that is a point. I'm not sure he's kicked the goal today. Sam Gray hasn't, which was unusual. If you look at his AFL career, he averaged more than 1 goal per game across 150 or 180 games. Anyway, Glenunga come out. They need a mark here. Good jump there, just not taken. Ben Gould first on it. Gives it out. Gee, that's a risky handball. Yeah. Now they're in control. Good chase by Davidson on Lockie Torquay. And just too slow to get the kick on, was he, Phil?
Yeah,
you can't see. Great smother, though. He's backed it up with a good smother.
Well, now it's Glenunga's chance. We've managed to get it out of the bottled up Port District forward line.
6 minutes gone. Glenunga yet to score, Phil.
Well, have they been inside 50 this quarter?
Yeah, once, I think.
Okay, well, here's their chance. Trailing by 15 now. Nice tackle. Made by Tully Kennett, I think. Yep. Just going to give the umpire the ball back. Just in the southwest pocket. Gaffney by the boundary, keeps it in. Kicks it to right in front of him with about 7 players and a great grab.
Gee, he's not that tall, is he? But he's a good catch for his size.
Wearing him like a glove. He's going to take some time processing this. I'm not sure if he has a lot of time to do that. Just with a long kick into the pocket. Come from behind. Still trying to keep it in and doing so. Until Gaffney is caught. It's a hold on the ball. Nicely done by Sammy Parsons.
Got to keep Gaffney gets caught holding the ball and he's still got a smile on his face. That kid just does not stop smiling. So Glenunga, courtesy of Sam Parsons, they hug the boundary line. Again, it's Gray. First hands on the ball. Hacks it around the corner, but Tully Kennett. His opportunity here to put the ball, I would hope, at the top of the square for Glenunga. He's looking for leads. There's nothing on. Still going a bit wide for mine. Need a mark, and once again the ball spills out of bounds. I think that ball's far better off directed to the head of the square. And at least there's a chance when the ball hits the ground. But this is what you've practiced during the week for, Phil. These scenarios. Boundary throw-ins, forward pocket, how do we set up? Let's have a look at it.
Commissioner's coming back on, which is good to see.
Plenty of numbers around the ball. It's going to be very difficult to snag a goal out of this scenario. We need some blocks on. Darcy Mitchell hits it forward.
So having kicked 4 goals to this end in the second quarter, Glenunga now need at least 3 goals to this end in the final quarter to escape with the points.
Still plenty of time. They kick them. They didn't get going till halfway through the second quarter. They'd love one now though. Similar to what they did in the second quarter though. They're locking it in now in their forward half. Here they go through Alex Aaron, the skipper. Played back for most of the game today. Might have gone on the ball perhaps. Now. Need McMahon as if on cue. Another ball up. The tension builds.
It does, doesn't it?
There's almost an eerie sense of quiet around the ground. Just praying for another Glenunga goal opportunity. Will Staples around the corner. They're locked in that forward pocket, which is probably the dead pocket as well. They want to get out the far side of the ground, or at least in the corridor as they come inside the 50.
Margin back to 14. Our sip and save scoreboard 4-8. 4-10 now, 34 to 7-6, 48. Port District have moved it nicely.
Good kick.
Found Heffernan. Again goes short. It's probably not the time just yet to deliberately keep off to time, but if you can knock 30 seconds, a minute off here, well, you've got a lead, why not? That's a good kick and a nice grab. Zachy Hawkins in front of the Webb Oval signage. Here at Glenunga. It's for the scoreboard pocket. Someone's put the mitts up there. That would probably
looks
be
like one key.
One key, yeah. For Tem, goes in board ambitious, but they've got the numbers here. If it sits for Parsons, they're in space. Umpire has called advantage, except it wasn't there. Now we're off. I'm not sure how that works with advantage stopping.
That's a better kick into the front half. That'd be Luke McInerney. I can just tell by the way that was marked. No, Sean Davidson actually. Got a much more threatening spot to kick the ball. Have a look at this. Here's the chance now for Glenunga if they can take it cleanly. Can't. He fumbles the ball twice there. Crucial time.
Someone's about to have a clash because they're going to have their jumper ripped off. That'll stand out from everybody else. Not sure it's the greatest weather for a skins game somehow. Distance. Into the cricket pitch we go. There's Wonky, who's... Well, we've got to pick a best player and a couple of other things. Jacko, Wonky would be up there from a Glenunga viewpoint.
Oh, I think he's Glenunga's best, yes.
Parsons. Exactly where Jacko wanted it, and exactly was that Davidson again.
Just can't take it to the front half. McMahon today.
Look at beautiful. Look at the run of Cooper Gaffney with some dash.
What,
into an open forward line, one-on-one. Both players go to ground. Both recover at the same time. Tommy Gray and Harry Wright. In the end, Wright almost dives for a try in front of the feather banners. And it's a throw in.
It's pretty easy to pick Port District's best today too, to be honest with you. Cooper Gaffney by the length of the straight, I would have thought, Phil.
Yeah.
Anyway, ball in. Port District's a chance here around the corner. This is going to work out, I reckon. It has. It's the little Daniel Passaniti, I think the smallest player on the ground, the jockey. Got to race at Morpheville at 4:30, so he needs to kick this and get going, Daniel. He kicks this, it will be pretty much
I think we're going to have a pretty
game overall. Very
it is actually, Jacko.
What's that?
These have been some short quarters with the low scoring.
Yep. Little Daniel Passaniti.
I reckon this is ball game if he kicks.
25 metres straight in front. Bread and butter for the little fella. I'll back him from here. It's gone straight through the middle, and that, it's not quite Figaro. I'll tell you what, it's not far off it. What's that?
Figaro. There's a Falling for Figaro is a movie that's coming out. But let's go boundary side to Lambo.
No injuries on both sides here, but the difference is on ground level, Port District's intensity is excellent at the moment. They are really running over them at the moment. And back to you, Sean and Phil.
Around about this time, Lambo be starting to gag for the first beer, Phil. You can sense the game slipping away, and his mind will start to drift soon.
Sheet. What's the time frame? How long gone, Jacko?
We are 13 minutes gone, so probably halfway, I think, in this quarter. Port District's out to 14 points. Just 14, is that all?
That's funny.
That scoreboard hasn't been changed, has it? It does show 14 points.
No, you're right, it hasn't. If they're on a go slow campaign.
Yes.
We want a bigger scoreboard, we want more money.
Anyway, ball back inside the Glenunga front half of the ground. They desperately need to get a goal. Most of their plays seem to have been caught out on this side of the ground this quarter.
To give you the score, the Super and Save scoreboard, Glenunga are 14.34, Port District are 8.654. Yes, 14 scoring shots apiece.
So the margin is 20 points here. So 3 goals going to be hard. Port District's Gaffney again, left foot. Smush pushed beautifully under the ball by Smith. Umpire deemed that one to be a push in the back though. Smush goes down the line. Nice intercept. Done that a couple of times this quarter, Sam Parsons. Looks intelligently into the corridor to Haran. Makes good space. Got someone on the far side if he can get it to him. Wheels around, decides he's going to need to go direct. I like that idea. Oh, in the end, that's a terrific mark taken by Nick Organ. Go away a little bit of height and running back to the flight of the ball there. Glenunga couldn't take it. Batty falls over, gets the handball out though.
I mean, if you had to give an MVP, you'd give it to the Port District defence, wouldn't you? Because bar a 10-minute period in the second quarter, they virtually hold Glenunga goals.
Yes, correct, Phil. They've been very solid back there. Cooper Gaffney, Sean Davidson, Nick Organ, Lockie Gregg, Dougie Gregg, I beg your pardon.
If the sting has gone out of this game,
the sting will go out of the game if James Batty's able to kick this, Phil, because if he gets this, the margin's out to 26 points. And Lambo will be setting up the beers straight after the game.
well, we've got the prizes to give away. We've got the New Balance Best on Ground, the New Balance voucher for $100, and the iconic Dartfish beanie. The Simon Black Academy play of the game gets the Powerade and the Archie sandals.
You got one for that, Phil?
I'm thinking it through. I have got one from way back at the start.
That was Glenunga.
No, it's a.
Port
I
Districts?
go with the winner, and that was Shepherd kicked a beautiful goal on a tight angle.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, to open. And of course, the Moseley Bar and Kitchen, Jacko, Team Player Award for looking after your mates.
Yep.
$100 Moseley Bar and Kitchen voucher.
Nice kick.
Sammy! Patience, Sammy! Oi.
Sam McKay, nice mark, right in front of the commentary box. He'll hug the line.
Sammy, keep going, you're killing it this quarter!
Big Trent Heffernan, the ex-skipper, giving plenty of advice from the sidelines. Hope to see him back.
She started to stretch all the way across with the tall gum trees here.
Yep.
It's going to get very cold very quickly, I suspect, Jacko.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to regret not bringing the gloves. Firefighter gloves look a bit silly when you're commentating, that's all. And Glenunga kicked the ball out on the ball, is it?
You need the gloves with the top of the fingers still able to...
Yeah, pick your nose.
That's it.
Yeah.
The important things in life.
So, Cooper Gaffney coming off, no own rest. It's inside Port Districts now. Gaffney, Jack variety, goes long at the top of the square. And that is a good mark taken by Gavin Shepherd. Probably one of the best marks in the competition, to be honest with you. Not super tall.
Can we give the team man to a defender for
Absolutely.
Port District?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's your call. I'm just saying, if you've got Cooper Gaffney as the MVP, fair enough.
Yep.
And I've got Shepherd for the player of the day.
Right. What else do we want? We want the team.
We've got a team man. I reckon you've got to go.
Oh, well, look at that kick.
Go with the defender.
That looked like a boomerang.
Okay.
Nambo's called that a shocker, but well, it's effective. It's gone through the middle, and that's all it needs to do. And that Port Districts are now out by, well, how many is that this quarter into the breeze field? There's the challenge
3.
for you. 4?
3 goals,
3.
and Glenunga have not scored a goal.
Yeah, so 9-7 Port Districts.
And at this
beat
rate, Glenunga will be goalless for 3 quarters.
4-10. And all 4 goals scored within probably a 10-minute period in the second quarter.
Yeah. Well, if you remember... No, they... It's not quite right. Glenunga were goalless against Port District in the second half in round 1. Having kicked 3 goals in the first half. And Port District are on the verge of doing it to them again.
Yeah.
sort of does blow out the scoreline a little bit. It's been closer than that scoreline indicates.
Beautiful tap from Dale Pearce over the back to Gaffney. Umpire's found out a free kick, and one of the players says, "Are you kidding me?" Yes, indeed.
So this is a kick downfield, intercepted though. Harry Wright's kick intercepted by Heffernan. Sorry, I thought if we were riding, I had to do some commentary. Heffernan, it's it back into the clubroom pocket. Half hands, those jumpers get closer and closer together the more this game proceeds. And it'll be a ball up. We're well and truly in the time on now. I reckon it's about the 21-minute mark. They've been pretty close, pretty early quarters too. About 25 minutes the average. So not long to go on this one. To give you where the teams are going after this, I think we're going to see Glenunga are travelling to St Peter's next week, hosting Rocks, travelling to Brighton and Tea Tree Gully, so 3 of the next 4 on the road. Port District host Tea Tree Gully, I think, next week. Then travel to Princes, host Goodwood Saints. That'll be a cracker, that'll be a top 3 contest. And then travel to Payneham in round 14. If I get all the scores, we'll try and give you a ladder by game's end. Or at least the concept of one. Regardless, Port District will remain in the top 3 with this one. I think Glenunga will stay in the 5 because Tea Tree Gully, if they lose, will be replaced by Old Ignatians. Meanwhile, as Sam Gray alludes, goes to the pocket, and despite the best efforts, who's that guy flying into the deck chairs in the corner there?
The goalie out of the
That's our
Australian
brother
soccer
Tom.
team.
Sam to Tom. I wonder how many times they've done that in the backyard. 23 minutes gone. It's been in Port District's half of the field for most of this final quarter. Tom Gray avoids 1, avoids 2. The kick is going to be up there for a grab, nothing paid. Umpires found a free before the kick was had. Glenunga will take it. Reminder during the week between the posts. Plenty of analysis of the Buddy Bet Division 1, the other divisions, interviews, plays of the week.
Paralysis by analysis. That's if Tony Neal's got anything to do with it anyway.
You and Tony. It's better be a peace pipe for you somewhere.
So
Back in the middle, the team. Have you worked out your award winners?
No, I'm struggling for the team player of the week.
Okay.
I'll go for a random one, actually.
Well, I think if you can find a defender, maybe whoever stops this forward foray gets it.
Okay.
Let's make it that random.
No
You
one.
was stop kick a goal now. Got a chance. Who we got here? William Staples. Just his 3rd game this season. Kicked 1 goal against Payneham. A mixture of league and reserves last year. Stood under 18 player. Or was it Glenunga Junior? From just inside the 50-metre arc to get a goal in this quarter for the Rams. And he's dobbed it. Thank goodness for that. They have kicked a goal in the second half. And we have our award winners for Lambo.
23 minutes in. Nice to see Glenunga get a goal outside of that second quarter period. Something they're going to have to work on their offence. And ability, I did say before the game no side would get to 10 goals. Well, we're on track to Port District's on 9.
Barely got there together.
So low scoring game. So the 21-point margin is quite decisive in that respect. Now Port District's Luke McInerney keeps it, gives it to Jack Gaffney. They're out now. Dougie Gregg around the corner. He's got Ben Gould free. He can play on. He thought about it. Now he decides to go back. Lowers the eyes. A good kick. Really good kick in the forward line there. Can't quite see who's marked the ball, but super kick.
That'd be Trent Heffernan.
Trent Heffernan, yeah, he's had a terrific last quarter. Heffernan just needs to string a few games together, and I'll tell you what, he's going to be super, super important for Port District, see if he can recapture the form that we know he's capable of. He goes intelligently to the top of the square. That's why Glenunga should have done that in the third quarter. You see, that still keeps it alive. It's not marked, ball still in play. The umpire has in fact given Port Districts a free kick right in front of goal for holding the ball, and I'd suggest to you that that is the third holding the ball from Glenunga against Glenunga this quarter.
Well, if you want a player to kick a goal from a tight angle, he's your man, Gavin Shepherd.
You back him?
Well, I've given him a player of the day for a goal from the other pocket, the exact opposite pocket.
Righto.
On the tight angle.
So Gavin Shepherd for goal number 10 for Port Districts. Go on the banana. And needs to practice that a bit more. Get out the training a little bit earlier on Tuesday, Gav. Work on that.
3 goals though.
Experienced forwards have got to be able to kick those goals, Lambo. That's what he's getting paid the big bucks for. Jason Niskos would have kicked that.
Oh, but he's always close.
Flies into the cricket pitch, socket out. Ball half brown, half red. Spins around and a good mark taken with the flight of the ball. This is Jack Gaffney into the pocket. He's going to run onto it. Cooper Gaffney's lurking for that handball. Goes back. Here's your shot. Is that Niskus with the shot?
Gould, I think.
And touched on the line. On the siren. Port District, is this their year? They've won their 7th game, which ties their wins for last year, I think. Might have even exceeded it. And they run out pretty emphatic winners, 9-9, 63 to 5-10, 40, 23 points the margin. That final quarter, Glenunga kicked 1 goal, 1 with the breeze. Port District kicked 3 goals, 4 into it. And Lambo's got to grab the players before they charge into the dressing room and have that hot shower with our prizes, which is mentioned include the New Balance Player of the Game, the $100 New Balance certificate, and iconic Dartfish beanie. We've got the Simon Black Academy Player of the Game, which, well, I'll tell you, goes to Gavin Shepherd for some of his tight angle shooting in the first quarter.
Cheers for covering that, guys. It wouldn't have been much of a watch I would have thought, but...
We're about to do a post-game interview with the coach. Yeah, we are on. All good. Yeah, so Gavin Shepherd will get the player of the day. And who did you go for with the team, man, Jacko?
Went for Sam Gray.
Okay.
Thought he...
Glad you took my advice and got a defender.
The reason I went for Sam Gray was he's not a defender. And just thought he brought a lot of his... It's a team man award, so he brought a lot of his teammates into the game, Phil.
Yeah, no, it's your call, Jacko.
Look after your mates, and I thought he did that by sharing the ball around.
No problem there.
So
Lambo's bringing them across. We'll get some scores. We're going to have an early night, Jacko. This is pretty good.
Will indeed.
And
A chance to enjoy a quick frothy in the Glenunga Footy Club. Looking forward to that. Haven't been in there before.
Last time we checked, it was Prince Alfred over Paynham by 43 points. It's Old Ignatians over Teachwood Gully by 24. And I don't believe their final scores. As Lambo plays Father Christmas.
And Cooper's going to have a haircut to fit that Dartfish beanie on. I'll have a word to his mum and dad a bit later on about that. The green boots and the long hair, getting the votes.
All right, let's go to Lambo.
Okay, what a great game of footy today. Port Districts comfortably at the end. 2 quick, skillful, especially at ground level boys. You all agree with that? Yep. Fantastic. New Balance best on ground today. Number 25, Cooper Gaffney. Well done, matey.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good. So we're going to say thank you. I thought it was a great effort. You played a really good game.
We were good. We came back. They looked like coming at us, but we came back and got him in the end.
Well done, mate. Simon Black Academy Player of the Game, Gavin Shepherd.
Thanks, mate.
Remember what goal it was?
Nah, no idea.
First one.
First quarter when you had your eyes open.
Oh, that's a change, isn't it? Hey?
Well done, mate, and great win today. Be very happy with that.
Yeah. No, good win. Like Coop said, they come at us and yeah, we fought back and got the win. So that's all that matters.
Well done, mate. And young Sam Gray, Mosley Bar and Kitchen Team Player of the Award. We're actually going there tonight, mate, so we might see you there. You can buy us a drink, but well done, matey.
Yeah, I'll meet you there for a few beers tonight, mate. Looking forward to it.
Good stuff. So good game overall from the team.
Yeah, it was, mate. Bit wet, slippery conditions. Came here and got the 2 points. Take that.
So, boys, congratulations on all your awards from the Adelaide Footy League and Dartfish. So well done today on your wins. Well done, guys.
Thanks to Dartfish.
Well done, boys.
Well done. Lambert's going to get the photos as he leaves the teammates all there waiting to come on. You can see there the beautiful day we've had here in the gum trees, the wonderful backdrop at Webb Oval. And if you're a Port District fan, you're going to be happy because you have got the triple today. In fact, all up, Glenunga kicked 11 goals across the 3 grades. Port District by 122 in the C's, 108 in the B's, and by 23 points in the A's. So, Jacko, where was the game won and lost?
Well, I think Port District's controlled most of the game, Phil, other than 7 or 8 minutes in the second quarter when Glenunga came from nowhere to put themselves in front at half-time. I think it's fair to say Port District's system going forward was better than what Glenunga's were. I think defensively Glenunga were quite sound for most of the day, but gee, you've only got to cast your mind back to the third quarter when Sam from Glenunga, not Sam, what was his name, that kicked 3
misses?
Yeah, not Sam, Darcy Mitchell it was, 3 times, 3 shots for goal in the third quarter into the breeze. Now, had he kicked 2 of those, I think it might have given them a little bit of impetus. And I don't want to be too critical of the lad because they weren't all easy shots, but they were all gettable shots.
Well, there were 10 behinds kicked, and he kicked 2 or 3 of them, so there were others.
So, you've got to take your chances. And for that period between the second quarter and it's halfway through the second till halfway through the third, they were quite good, Glenunga, and they just, as I said, didn't take their chances with those shots on goal. Had they, scoreboard pressure, as we know, was the most important pressure of the lot. Didn't take their chances. Ball went down the other end. Port District did take their chances from their forward 50 entries, and in the end, just rolled over the top of them in the last quarter. So, some good signs from Port Districts. A lot to like about them. It's the first time I've seen them this year, but yeah, they're impressive. They've got some good players at ground level, haven't they?
Defensive structure exceptional, and they now got enough different targets. Batty, Shepherd, McKay, I think, and, along with your Niskahus and so forth to kick a winning score. Lambo, your thoughts?
I thought it's a really good game of footy. What I like about Port Districts are very fit too, Jack and Phil. They are. And I thought their leaders in the last quarter stood up, in and under, and once they get rolling, they played some very good footy. Glenunga played well in patches, especially in the second quarter. A very young team though, but they'll learn from that. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good game of footy, and and good commentating, and no, it was just really good.
Yes, wasn't probably our best, I think, if I was being honest.
It was very hard to pick the players, to be honest with you. Those Guernseys, and it's something the Adelaide Footy League's got to have a look at. Someone needed to be wearing a white Guernsey today, didn't they? We had a couple of the spectators bemoaning the same thing as what we were. So, probably just need to tidy that up a little bit. But once again, Glenunga, first year into Division 1, they counted for themselves pretty well today against the side that will definitely play finals. They weren't too far away. So, there's a lot to like for Glenunga. The future's rosy.
Very rosy, Jacko.
The next week we'll get to see a bit more of Glenunga. They're heading off to play St Peter's, and that will be our Division 1 game of the week.
Right,
again. According to my email from the boss this afternoon, with our next assignment that will probably self-destruct in 10 seconds.
The biggest question is, will we ever have the courage to give 2 awards to one side and 1 to another? Or will we always take the soft option and give 3 awards to the
we always take the soft option.
No, I don't mind that, but just remember that will take an extra 5 minutes for me. So we've got a losing team going in. We've got to pull one guy out.
Yes.
Just on some other results very quickly. None of these are finals, or at least been given as finals. Prince Alfred were leading Paynham Norwood Union by 43. Old Ignatians were leading Tea Tree Gully by 26. Here it was Port District by 23. And I don't yet have, because we are one of the earlier finishers. Next week I've mentioned.
And the margin you chose today?
Oh, I think I chose Port District by a few goals, which is what it turned out to be, but 3 or 4.
I had them by 2 goals. Did you have them by more than that?
I can't remember, mate. Is it that important?
It is if I think I can win.
All I knew, boys, if they're only playing 2 quarters today, I won.
Yeah,
that's
right.
I
did pick 2 points.
That's it. All right, I think we're just about done. Just a thanks to our sponsors, the Banner Crew, Buddy Bet, Sip and Save the Scoreboard, 7 days, 1 hour delivery, 7 days a week. Wakefield Sports Clinic, the Police Credit Union, O'Connell Meat Central Market, the Simon Black Academy, Roll the Dice Racing, Archie Sandals, New Balance, Powerade Dartfish, Sports Interactive, and our favourite, the Moseley Bar and Kitchen. Lambo, thank you for your efforts.
Yeah, thank you, Phil and Jacko. Great effort today, and it's good to see you both on ground level. It's really, really interesting today, and well done today.
Brought back to earth, and Jacko, thank you for yours.
Thank you, Phil. Good to be here. Great to see Glenunga for the first time this year, and Port Districts for the first time. So, get to have another look at Glenunga next week, and well, they're not far away.
Thanks also to cameraman Liam, and making his Division 1 debut, our producer Kale. Well done, Kale.
Well
you
done,
survived to tell the tale. Look forward to seeing you in weeks to come. I'm Phil Eden saying thanks for watching. Check out the Adelaide Footy League Facebook page for plenty of content through the week. You've been watching the Adelaide Footy League thanks to Filming Footy.
G'day guys, the Simon Black Academy is all about education and sport. Our partner in education is Torrens University, where our students either do a 1-year diploma course or a 3-year Bachelor of Business. Around that we run a football and athletic program based here at Norwood Oval, and it's all about trying to develop and take our students' game to a new level. Around that also, our third pillar, besides education and football, is personal development. If you want to get involved, check out our website, which is simonblack.com.au.
Well folks, we're down here at the Banner Crew. Our friend, supporter and sponsor of Between the Posts has joined us. Welcome Jason Goods.
Thanks Tony, nice to be with you.
What can the people out there expect to buy from the Banner Crew and get looked after?
Pretty much anything that you can put your club logo on, or a message from the club, whether it be like you mentioned, a marquee or a flag or an A-frame or a banner, a stubby holder, a pen, anything like that, anything that you can pop the club branding on. Everything's customisable, so basically we've got an in-house design department with 2 graphic designers that can work toward getting the message across that you're after.
We're down here at 318 to 326 St Vincent Street, Port Adelaide. Jason, thank you so much for your support.